day of August of 2023. My name is Marquis Aristas, and I'm President Pro Tem of the City Council and serving as chair for this meeting. We'll begin this meeting as we do all our meetings with public comment. My name is Marquis Aristas, which will be taken both in person and virtual. We'll begin our proceedings today by asking the clerk to call the roll.
Yes, Mr. President. Blumenfield,
What's up, Jimmy?
Harris-Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Krikorian, Lee, McCosker.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, Robert? What up, Jimmy?
Price, Rahman,
What's up, Bennett?
Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky.
Golden?
11 members in the quorum,
Nancy?
Mr. President.
LS?
First
Kent?
order of business.
Air Force?
Approval of
Aqua?
the minutes of
Alice?
August 1st, 2023.
Councilmember
Good
Hutt
morning,
moves.
everybody.
Councilmember Blumenfield seconds. Next.
Combinatory resolutions for approval.
And a quick sorry about last night, guys. Good old Spectrum dumped me. Good old 1206. I was sitting here talking to you about something, and all of a sudden everything just went off. Not like power-wise, but just, you know, the OBS. So I apologize. And then again, for it to turn back on and go back on, it's 10 minutes later, and then what? I'm going to go on for another 10, so I didn't want to wake you guys up with alerts on your phone. So I apologize for that.
Public hearings have not been held. Items 31 through 33 are closed session items considered by the
You fell
Budget,
asleep
Finance,
just
and
in
Innovation Committee.
Hey,
10
this
votes
is what
are
this
required
show
for
does.
consideration.
This show cures insomnia.
Members of the council,
Swear it
do we
does.
have any
You have
items that we wanna
insomnia?
call special
You're
for
insomniac?
separate
Watch the
votes,
show.
amendments,
It'll put you to
or
sleep.
Comments. Mr. Hernandez.
Thank you, Council President.
Caller.
I would like to continue item 26, 3 weeks to August 23rd, please.
Bro, is that a man
August
with... Hold on a
23rd?
second. Did you see
All
that?
right.
Did you see Homeboy's...
Without objection,
Was that a
that'll be
man
the
with
order.
his shirt
Councilmember
tied
Rahman.
in a knot?
I'd like to
I know
call
you
items
saw it.
5 and 13 special for
I'm
comment.
pretty sure that
5 and
dude had a
13 special
knot
for
tied
comments?
in the front
Okay.
of his shirt. Please go back.
Mr. Blumenfield? No? No, nothing?
I mean, please.
She got it. Okay, good. All right. Any others? All right. Having heard that, what items are we now able to vote on?
Mr. President, the
All right,
council
hold
may
on a
now vote
second.
on items 3, 4, 6 through
Look at Homeboy's
12.
shirt. Are you
and
kidding me right
14.
now?
All right. Those items are before us.
I mean,
Open the
guy
roll,
or girl.
close the roll, tabulate the votes.
What's going on?
11 eyes.
What's
Mr.
going on
President,
right
there is
here,
a
ladies and
request to
gentlemen?
send item 14 forthwith.
All right. Without objection, that'll be the order.
What's going on right there?
What's next?
Got belly showing.
Mr.
No
President,
belt.
we shall
No
move on to
belt.
the closed session items.
Got belly showing.
Right.
No
The
belt.
settlement amounts.
And got a little
All right,
knot
I'll
tied in
move,
front.
I'll ask Mr. Blumenfield.
Yeah, closed session items were heard in Budget Committee. I think
You
it's fine
see
to
how
do it in
keen
open
my eye
session.
can be sometimes with not even a working
All right.
good eye?
Can we read the settlement amounts and
that?
hold the
Fuck
vote
is
on those
that?
For item 31, in the case entitled Timothy Colomey versus City of Los
love
Angeles,
it.
there is a
Fucking
recommendation
love it.
to reject the plaintiff's offer of
People
settlement.
ask me, why do you watch
For item
this?
32,
That's
in the
why.
case entitled Michael Salvatore Segroy
up,
et al.
Jester?
versus City of
What's up,
Los
Jester?
Angeles
Good to see you
et al., there is a recommendation to expend up to $375,000 in settlement. For item 33, in the case entitled Capital
Calamity?
Records, LLC, there is a
It's a woman?
recommendation to refund the overpayment
she got her
of
belly hanging out with no fucking belt.
$368.79
And again,
plus
Look,
interest.
I know plenty of really well dressed, sharp women in suits. You know what I mean? Looking great. Dressed to the nines. Never seen a woman do that. Never seen a woman take a dress shirt, a button up dress collared shirt, and do that. Now, I have seen somebody with a t-shirt do that in school or whatever.
Item number 34, separate vote. Do we already vote on that? Do we need to unvote? We didn't?
Mr. President, item
Such a
30 is
good
currently
boy.
held on the desk.
All right. So we'll have 34 special vote. All right. Thank you, members. We're now moving on to a public comment. Please note today's meeting includes a call-in option for public comment. Public comment will be taken both in the council chambers and via teleconference.
Good boy.
Can you please read the instructions and rules for public comment?
Thank you, Mr. President. As indicated on the agenda,
boy.
members of the public wishing to offer
Yeah,
public
don't say
comment
it.
should call
Why is-
669
Guys, can call.
254
Right there,
5252 and use meeting
669-254-5252.
ID number 160-535-8466 and then press pound. Then
that
press
pipe
pound
in?
again when prompted for participant ID.
I don't
Once
know,
admitted
Kelly.
into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Let me repeat. Call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for a participant ID. Once admitted
charmed.
into the meeting, press star 9 to
Caller.
request to speak.
What's up?
When it is your
On,
turn to
Aster?
speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to
I
press
need to
star
smoke
6
some
to
weed. I
unmute.
haven't smoked any national.
For
Hold
members
on.
of the public calling in or coming to the podium, when it's your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak on. You have 1
All right,
minute
let's hit
to
some
speak,
of the,
up to 3 minutes total.
P-Rex.
And if you wish, also
Good
1
boy.
minute for general public comment. Please speak to the items before beginning general public comment. We'll tell you when your time's up. When speaking on the items, you need to be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you're not on topic, or if we can't tell whether you're on topic, you'll get one brief warning from me or the president. At that point, you need to get immediately clearly on topic. If you don't, unfortunately, you'll forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we'll move on to the next speaker. The items that are open for public comment
That
are items
happens, wise
1,
guy.
2,
Ain't
and
the end of the
15
world.
through 30. That's 1, 2, and 15 through
Trust
30.
me. Even
You're,
with
of course,
Coo-
free to speak about the
Cooper
other
healthy,
items or anything
not
else
winning the
within the
Super Bowl
subject
this year.
matter jurisdiction of the city during general public comment. Now, as you were told, when it's your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will prompt you to press star
Okay.
6 to unmute yourself. If you don't do so, council staff will prompt you once more. At that point, you need to press star 6 right away, or unfortunately, we'll move on to the next speaker and you'll get passed over.
Does he have a lisp?
One
Kinda.
other thing. There is a brief time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast,
Aw, Stinks left
which
again.
means
Come
two
here,
things are
baby
important.
boy.
First, while you're waiting for your turn to speak, please keep one ear to the phone. Don't just be listening to other devices like YouTube or Channel 35, because we want you to hear in real time without the time delay when it's your turn to press star 6.
All right.
Second, when it is your turn
Second.
to speak, please
He still has
turn
that
down
fucked up
the
mic
volume
cover.
on
All
any
this
other
money they
devices
grift
you're
and they
listening
can't buy
on
him a
right
mic
away, like
cover.
YouTube
I
or
mean,
Channel
that's
35.
$2 on
If
Amazon.
you don't, and you're listening to the other devices, it causes a
$2
tremendous
for a
amount of
black one
confusion.
on Amazon.
And with that, Mr.
Brand new
President, we are
foam
ready to begin
cover.
public comment.
All right, if you're in the chamber, your name will be called. You'll line up on either side of the auditorium and in any order come to speak at the podium at the center of this room. So we'll begin hearing names for public comment in the chamber.
Looks disgusting too. Oh yeah,
Rob
I bet you if you
Kwan,
smelt
Andrew
it, you'd
G,
gag.
Ida Ashuri, and Alex Kamras.
Because I can assure you, mics can get smelly. That's why they make covers. People are spitting in them all the time. Not unintentionally, of course. Under or over. Here it comes. Under or over. Hurry. I'm saying over. I'm saying he's going in.
All right. As it
already
says
got
on the,
one.
as I put into the kiosk, and it says on your screen, item 30 and general comment.
Sure, you have a minute for each. Please begin.
All right. So item 30 is the committee assignments, which it looks like Kevin called special because he's such a whiner. Kevin, you know why you're not on committees. I know Krikorian probably really wants to put you back on them, but you're not going to be able to because we will go and shut down any committee meeting, any committees you get put on. So that's why you're still not on committees, because you're a racist and you need to resign. But let's look at the committee assignments. I got sidetracked there for a minute. So we have Officer Tracy, who wasn't even on the committee before, as chair of the ad hoc committee on the Olympics. I guess that's just a way of being completely honest about what the Olympics are. You put the anti-unhoused person as the chair of the Olympics committee. So yeah. And the other one you have is, let's see, you have Imelda Padilla on the Civil Rights Committee. It was Imelda on the Civil Rights Committee. That's the former field deputy for Nuri Martinez, and probably knew about all of Nuri's racism. Might be racist herself, and didn't actually bother to speak up about any of that. Like, why didn't we hear about that like 5 years ago? You know her. Why didn't you say anything? You could have ended her career long ago if you really wanted to. But yeah, Kevin needs to it doesn't really matter because all the Civil Rights Committee meetings are canceled. Like every committee meeting since like several months ago has been canceled, that committee. KDL needs to resign. And yeah, do something about the climate. They're gonna speak about that in a minute.
Thank you.
Do something about the climate. 21.
Please,
I love when the
this
whiner
verbal
calls
interjection.
somebody else a whiner. Talk about a whiner.
Mr. Kwan, which item did you bring that for?
Could you imagine sleeping next
Yeah,
to that
sorry.
guy in a bed?
Mike is hard to hear.
My
Good
gosh.
to see you in the big chair. I'd like to speak on all items in
It's
general.
like Darth Vader
Okay, so
sleeping
that
next to
means
you.
You have 3 minutes for items 1, 2, and 15 through 30, followed by a minute for general. Please begin, Mr. Kwan.
I'll start with 30, and it is with a heavy heart that I ask this council to amend item 30 to eliminate the ad hoc governance reform committee. And you might ask, why would someone so keen on government
Come on,
reform
everybody.
want to dump this thing? Well, to put it plainly, I would prefer a straightforward sham as opposed to an elaborate sham. I am now a reluctant convert to Team Emrod. I remember last year how annoying it was to hear her cynically state that this council was incapable of reforming itself. I wanted to believe that the council had finally had its come to Jesus moment with corruption. I wanted to believe the council president wasn't full of it when he talked about having a better process and his desire to bring a different style of leadership to this body.
He was just here, Ryan.
But here we are.
You just
Our
missed him.
council president is employing a sham process and seems to arrogantly believe that neither the community nor his colleagues on the committee really matter. Paul and the CLA are going to single-handedly save this city behind closed doors. He's pointed to an August 10th meeting as an opportunity for community orgs to provide feedback. Well, his office appears to be propping up a few select voices as they turn down the input of numerous community organizations who've requested time.
What a shocker.
I promise you, there are orgs you care about, you around the horseshoe, that are being denied time. Councilmember Krikorian could very easily offer extended time at this meeting or schedule another one. I encourage you to ask Steve Ferguson for a list of all organizations who requested to present on the 10th and a short list of orgs that they actually approved. The coalition that has done more work than anyone around this horseshoe on this issue has been denied time without any valid explanation and subsequently been ghosted. Disrespect begets disrespect. If your committee had any legitimacy,
Terry.
you would make time
Morning.
to hear from the committee. This is laziness at best, and at worst, it is an attempt to stack the deck. Whatever it is, it reflects poorly on this body as a whole. It reflects badly on the committee members, some of whom, like Councilmember Rahman, Harris Dawson, and Hutt, will be on the ballot next year. Item 28 deals with putting up a monument to reflect the Chinatown massacre. Well, why is it that a group of AAPI orgs that are seeking to uplift their views on representation have been denied time to speak in front of the Redistricting Reform Committee? How does that make any fucking sense? It reflects badly on the friend of CD2 looking to inherit his seat in 2024. It reflects badly on John over in CD3, who is looking to inherit Bob's seat in 2026. Nuri's disgusting regime reflected badly on all of her colleagues, and that stink helped sink David Rue, Gil Cedillo, and Mitch O'Farrell. Don't let Paul Krikorian hang you dry. This mismanagement is setting us up for a trajectory where you don't have a fucking thing to put to the voters in March. How are you going to look in front of the voters a year and a half after the Fed tapes when you don't have anything to bring substantive reform?
I don't care.
Talk to your boss.
You're a pretty bright guy, I can tell, my friend. And I'm surprised you can't see it.
Kate Uchio, Chad Kroger,
Welcome to the
Danny
Democrat
Estrada,
world.
Dylan F., please make your way up to the left.
Hi, if you'd please remind us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak
Maybe
on.
one day you'll awaken.
Hi, my name is Alex Camrus, and
will
I've
then
lived in
be
Los
woke.
Angeles my whole life, and I've seen the impacts of climate change. I've had to miss several days of school because of the California wildfires, and one of my friend's homes burned to the ground. So in our climate emergency, trees are critical infrastructure and must be treated as such. I ask that you increase protection of existing trees by implementing long overdue update of strengthening protected tree ordinance and enacting meaningful penalties for tree removals and unapproved pruning. Penalties for damage to trees should be commensurate to damage done to a utility line.
Unapproved
And
pruning?
it is critical that we expand the city's tree canopy in heat-stressed neighborhoods. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're such a freedom fighter. Unapproved pruning. I can't even prune my own tree back.
if
It's
you
my
please
tree,
remind us
motherfucker. I'll
of the
prune it
name
if
you
I
signed
like.
up under and what you
I'll
wanna
cut that
speak
son
on.
of a bitch
Yes,
down
my
and
name is
listen
Ida
to the
Shuri,
oak.
and I'm speaking on item 13 regarding
If
the
I
city
like, it's
plan,
my
and,
tree.
I
Liberal.
also am part of the Los Feliz Neighborhood Council, and we've written a letter on this, and so we should be allotted 3 minutes regarding this item.
They're always telling people how to what to do with their own shit. I love it. How to do it, what to do,
Are you the
how
designated
things should be.
person for the community impact statement?
I wrote the statement.
Are you the designated person for the community impact statement?
Yes.
Okay. We'll set the clock for 5 minutes. The only thing we ask is that you not be repetitive. Okay.
Good morning.
Oh, the
Council.
land was
I'm
stolen
glad this
from
plan
the
has finally
Indians
spurred some, movement
themselves
into public
by other
transportation
tribes,
offerings of the
Guco.
zoo. I'm also glad that the
Ask
final
the
EIR
Sioux.
has pared down
Ask the
its most
Navajo.
ludicrous aspects.
They
such
didn't
as
have to
an
fight
aerial tram
their
and a
own
vineyard.
people.
However,
Massacred
the
their
most
own
harmful aspects
people.
still remain. We are in the hottest year in the world record. Climate change is a
Hi,
real
buddy.
thing. Los Angeles' air is also the most polluted in the country. And it was just reported that we are leading the country in rates of Alzheimer's, which is linked to air pollution. Undisturbed wildlands, trees, are what our city needs to store and absorb carbon. We can reduce our use of carbon as much as we want, but if we continue to be a sprawling concrete city, our air pollution will continue to worsen. The zoo expansion plan is wildly unpopular.
There you go,
We
Ryan.
have over 300 public comments against this plan. 9 neighborhood councils in the area have written CIS letters against this plan. The city doesn't
There he
need
is
to
in all his
expand the
glory.
zoo into a multi-entertainment venue. We have seen the terrible impact traffic has from the Greek theater. There's been no outreach in neighborhoods regarding the congestion they will face based off on the massive entertainment center plan in the zoo grounds. The city does not need to blow up a hillside. There's still a lack of analysis of the impact the destruction of the hillside will have on the park. Again,
What's
not in
PPK?
violation, not in compliance with CEQA. The construction and nightly events will also have detrimental effects on flora and fauna, and per the EIR itself, cause the extinction of flora and fauna in the area.
I didn't,
It's
tons.
disappointing that progressive candidates
Doesn't
have
shock
been
me, though.
that have been supported by the community are supporting this measure, and we do not want to see. We want to see the value of the environment and wild animals.
No,
coming from these
neither were
offices. We
the
are coming out of a
Indians, my
time
friend.
when public trust in this council has been shaken. The fact that this council will vote to approve this plan without regard for the
So,
massive negative
read up a
opinion
little
of
bit,
the plan
Guco.
shows a disregard for public opinion as well as democracy and environmental issues. I recommend for these offices to have environmental affairs offices and the offices to learn
What tribe
more
are you
about
from,
environmental
Guco?
issues and the
I wanna know.
impact of these types of plans on our environment. If the zoo isn't making revenue, there's obviously an issue with people attending the zoo. The city's reaction shouldn't be to make it into a Universal Studios. The approval of this plan echoes the same corruption we've seen in the approval of the Canyon Hills gated mansion community that was approved in spite of community opposition. I would request that the city not approve this plan as it is, and because it's in violation of CEQA, and instead look to getting rid of the hillside demolition as well as the the
Petty
trees
Pink
demolition in the
Krikorian.
California area at a minimum. Thank you.
I don't know. I guess
Thank you
he's
very
still
much.
on vacation, or maybe he's scared of being indicted. I don't know. I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
Hello, gentlemen. Good to see you.
What up?
Would
And
please
you know my
remind us of the
ancestry
names
as
you
well.
signed
You
up
know
under
my
and what you wanna speak on?
ancestry better than
what
I
up?
know
My name
myself.
is Chad Kroger. I'm
I
here to
know,
speak on
Guco.
general public comment.
Very good.
Wah, Guco.
What
wah.
up, council? My name is Chad Kroger. Let me just get straight to it.
Keep crying them
Inflation is
tears.
out of
I'm gonna lick it up
control.
off your
I
your
just got
cheek.
back from a boys' trip to Vegas. Shout out to
Guco.
Bong. We're celebrating his incoming nuptials. And while we were there, we loaded up on fat bottles of Tito's. Bong crowd surfed, and Danny had a deep conversation with one of the bottle girls about the state of masculinity. Anyways, we're finishing up the night. Then we get the bill back. I'm not jonesing you dudes. Each bottle cost 800 bones. I can remember just a month ago when a bottle of Tito's cost 30 bucks. This war in Russia is killing us. Now inflation has affected us so hard that I had to call my dad to afford an epic night with the fellas. And now I want to know, when do we stomp our vans down and say nah? Inflation is so rampant that it has stifled one of our most basic rights, like bottle service at affordable prices. So that's why I'm here by requesting that the city of Los Angeles put a governor lock on inflation by keeping high-end booze affordable. Now more than ever, the world is so topsy-turvy. All right, late.
I don't need to Google nothing, you fucking moron. What tribe are you from? Why don't you fucking answer me, Mr. Native? Answer me.
Hey there.
You a
speaker.
Shumash?
Could you please remind us
You a
of the names
Navajo?
under
You a
and
Sioux?
what
What are
items
you?
wanna speak on?
Let me know.
Oh, could
Let
you
me
speak
know.
A little closer to the mic.
You know about my
Danny Estrada,
ancestry.
general comment.
Put it in the
Yeah,
chat room.
Please go ahead.
My name is Danny Estrada, and I'm here with the Youth Climate Strike Los Angeles. We're here to demand a
If
number
you're
of
gonna
things
spam,
that we
you're
see
just
that the
gonna
city of
go.
Los Angeles has failed to do in the face of the climate crisis. I particularly have two demands here. For public use, we need to establish community resiliency centers to act as centers of relief for communities in the climate crisis as things get worse. And we need to upzone the city to allow for creation of green walkable neighborhoods so that we can reduce the car dependency that we have in our neighborhoods. We're
I
not
don't
going
see
to
him,
reach Vision Zero
Alice.
if we depend on cars to get everywhere. Thank you.
Not in the
Thank
room.
you.
It's not in the room.
Kate Uchio.
Oh, he's
Dylan
gone.
F. Harriet Elliott. Ian Phillips. Please make your way to the left of the chamber.
Another white liberal,
Hi.
I'm sure,
Please
crybaby
remind us of the name
motherfucker
signed up
telling
under
me
and
how
what you
what
wanna
my
speak on.
ancestry is and how I
Dylan
stole shit.
Foster,
Everything else.
I'm also here.
Crybaby
with the
liberals, I'd love to
Los
lick your
Angeles.
fucking
Okay,
tears off
please
your
go ahead.
cheek.
Hello, I'm the president of Youth Climate Strike Los Angeles.
Tastes
As
good.
you heard, we're here to make
Nice and salty.
observations and demands about where the city can improve as it responds to the climate crisis. The ones that I have, we are urging the city to create capital infrastructure plans and secure capital infrastructure funding for projects that will move the city away from
Speak up.
being car-centric and more towards
Speak up.
walkable cities and transit-oriented
You had
cities.
too many mushrooms.
Um,
It's all quiet. And
we also are demanding that we retrofit existing buildings for electrification and heavily build out urban green spaces by upzoning, like mentioned before, especially around public schools where a lot of kids right now don't have access to green spaces. And I yield the rest of my time.
I yield
Thank
the
you,
rest of
Speaker.
Thank you for yielding the rest of your time, because nobody could fucking
Eric
hear you
Gill,
anyways.
Ivan,
Next time, bring your
Christine
balls.
Morian, Mary Salini, please make your way to
Next
the left.
time, bring your balls.
Hi, if you'd please remind us of the name you signed up under and what you want to speak on.
Harriet Elliott, general comment.
Very good.
I've
She's
been here
got more
before
balls.
you on the case of my son who died 27 years ago. My back of my T-shirt says 18 people killed in 18 years, and yet I am not allowed to testify about their killing. I found that I didn't know when I first happened that there's a pattern of killing. Some people have died through strokes. Adam Sandler testified in Latin America that all the actors on Saturday Night Live were being stroked. Electronics that have killed some of the people is really astounding, and it would take me a while. I went to St. Petersburg in 2007, and the person who picked me up from the airport is a professor, and she was stroked. She told me later in an email
She
she
was
obviously
stroked.
wasn't. She had to be dressed by her kids. She said that. I don't know how she was able to write me.
Thank you. Emotional damage.
Yeah.
Please
Don't
remind
get
us of the name you
stroked.
signed up under and what you
This
want to
is
speak
what
on.
stroked
Hey,
is.
my name is Ian Phillips. I'm speaking on item 13.
I want to get stroked.
Okay, you have a minute. Please go ahead.
Great, thank you. Hi, everyone. Pardon the deep schwitz. It's hot out there, as
The
we all
schwitz?
know. I'm here to
Sweating.
speak on the zoo, the approval of the EIR. I just want to remind everyone that we had a neighborhood and community enrichment meeting about a month ago, in which there was overwhelming support by many, many community members, people who have kids at the zoo magnet school, people who enjoy the zoo generally, just people who like walking by the zoo. I also want to remind everyone what the zoo does. It is not Universal Studios. It's not a fun park. We have they've helped save the California condor. They do endangered species work all over the world. I will say, with full disclosure, I do volunteer at the zoo. In fact, we're working on a project to restore even more native trees to a hillside, all California coast live oak, Nevins barberry, toyon, things like that. We're not just removing a bunch of trees, not principally involved in the zoo reconstruction whenever it happens, but that's not what's going to happen. We're going to provide more enrichment opportunities, more educational opportunities for youth, and more opportunities for us to come live and play aside from the urban landscape we live in. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, he's not asking for money. He's getting mad at the young girl that was complaining about cutting all the trees down that don't need to be cut down because of the zoo. You know, they want to remodel and they're cutting trees out.
And I'm here for general comment.
Sure, please go ahead.
I'm a constituent of CD1, and I'm here with the Youth Climate Strike. And the city needs to invest in local water by requiring LA DWP to partner with communities communities to implement the critical scenario of its stormwater capture master plan, and recycled water should be one of the tools in the portfolio. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know, man. What's with these guys that have such little voices? It's a dude. That dude's big, like twice the size of me.
Hi,
Should be a monster.
Please remind
Talk-
us of the name,
God,
and what you wanna speak on.
rainwater.
Hello. Good morning. My name is Mary Cellini.
Speak a little more directly into the mic. That would help.
Should I raise it? Is that better?
No.
Is that
Okay.
better?
Same
Yes.
shit.
Hi, I'm Mary Cellini. I'm here to make a general public comment, and that's it. I guess, like I said, I'm Mary Cellini. I'm with the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. I'm here today to ask the council members to please vote to make the home of the early LGBTQI movement in Los Angeles, Morris Knight's home on 4th Street, a historical monument. It is a very small ask. You are not being asked to march in a dangerous street as Morris and his early activists did. Merely
He's neutered.
to take a vote to make a monument of the house where so much of that dangerous early activism happened. To honor everyone who came through those doors and went into a dangerous world to demand the rights to change their very existence. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't understand who loves the neutered man. Even a woman who's a liberal still wants a man
Hi,
who's
if
not
you please
neutered.
remind us of the name you signed up under and what you'd like to speak on.
It's really
Yes,
the point.
my name is Christine Kamarian, and the company's name is Delta Plan Systems, and it is a general public comment, but also falls
Okay,
under
please go
number
ahead.
13. Okay. Good morning, council members. Like I mentioned, my name is Christine Kamarian, and I'm here representing Delta Plan Systems. We are a biotechnology lab located in Canoga Park. Our vendor number with LA County is 212392.
Refresh,
Our
Lorraine.
lab's work is centered around water conservation and eliminating irrigation and fertilizer runoff. We are currently working with the Parks and Recreations Department for the City of Glendale and Redwood City. In those cities combined, Delta Plan is installed in around 30,700 square feet of grass and several trees. With our technology, we are able to reduce irrigation by 50% while maintaining the green mass and eliminating all associated irrigation and fertilizer runoffs in those locations. Delta Plan is a hydrogel soil additive that is diluted in water and topically sprayed. It is a one-time application that remains active in the soil for 5 years and does not need a reapplication. We are also 100% non-toxic and biodegradable. There is a lot of science and information behind our work.
Infernal.
We would like to be able to be connected to the appropriate contact for the city so that we may schedule a meeting with them along with the city's Parks and Recreations team to see how we can collaborate together to keep the city's public space green while conserving water.
Thank you.
Thank you. We don't give a fuck. I'll tell you when we give a fuck. Thank you for wasting your time driving an hour each
Hi,
way
speaker, if
to
you'd
tell us
please
something we
remind
don't give a
of the name you
fuck
signed
about.
up under and what you want to speak on.
Yeah, I'm Ocean Bellinger, and I'm here to speak on just general comment.
Please go ahead.
Ocean Holla.
Good morning, Council. My name's Ocean, and I'm here with Youth Climate Strike Los Angeles. Currently, LA has the worst urban heat island effect of any city in California. This is where certain areas with lots of concrete and reduced natural land cover heat up to high temperatures. Some areas are up to 10 degrees hotter because of this. This increases energy consumption, pollution, and heat-related deaths and illnesses. The urban heat island effect disproportionately impacts people of color, with many of the areas with the most affected being historically redlined. To take action on this, the city could commit to reducing concrete hardscapes 30% by 2037 and replacing these areas with natural land cover. Reducing concrete areas is also essential for our water ecosystems. The LA River in particular has been manipulated and natural floodplains destroyed. By reclaiming LA's floodplains, we can improve biodiversity, water quality, and in the long run, make our city more resilient to flooding. Both of these measures make our city more resilient to the climate crisis, whether extreme temperatures or increased frequency of flooding. May you all be happy.
That's the brother of the, what's her name? How dare you?
Machado,
Whatever her
Richie
name was.
Torres,
Can't remember her
Riley
name.
Thum. Please come up to the left.
Hi, if you'd please remind us of
That's
the name
her-
you signed
that's
up
her
under
older brother.
and what you want to speak on.
Meredith Rose, I misspelled my name, sorry. I'm here to make a general comment.
Sure, please go ahead.
Hi, my name's Meredith Rose. I am an old person, but I am
Greta
here in support of the
Thunberg.
Youth Climate Strike
Thunberg.
list of demands. I'm asking the council to
Yes.
reconsider an
That
idea that's
chick.
been proposed before, which is to close down Bologna and Aliso gas storage sites. I have heard that leaders don't lead. Elected leaders follow.
No more
That
gas.
y'all don't want to do something unless you know enough people are behind it. So I'm going to ask you guys not to be leaders, but to be followers and follow Youth Climate Strike with their list of demands so that you can be leading on climate issues that are going to impact your kids, these kids here, and strangers' kids, kids we don't even know. They deserve a livable world, and you guys actually have the power as leaders and as followers to make that happen. Thank you very much.
What she's not realizing is their little Prius that she thinks she's saving the world, and she's putting little kids in little caves so they could dig out lithium for your little battery. And you can get all hyper and pretend like you're an uppity and pretend like you're saving the world, but you're not realizing what you're doing to little kids in other countries.
I'm speaking on
about that?
general public comment.
How about that?
Go ahead.
Mickey Jackson,
Fucking liberal
constituent
puke.
of CD1
Disgusting
and
bitch.
AHF. In this city today, we were on the verge of a historic insult, which will stain this council's legacy for generations. Make Morris Kite's LGBTQ history making home a Los Angeles historic cultural monument. Make no mistake, the vote you take on Tuesday, August 8th is a serious matter. It is taken in a historically perilous time, especially for LGBTQ history and civil rights in our nation. This vote and where each person stood on the issue will be remembered. We will not forget. For the first time in quite a while, there is no open LGBTQ representation on the council. No one constantly among you to educate and call on the better angel of your natures to prevail. We must rely on you, our non-LGBTQ allies. The question is, can we?
Thank you.
Now, this is the house they want to save and preserve. So beautiful. They want to make it a landmark.
Shekina Diokare.
The house she's talking about, the actual house.
Segara Bollinger, please come to the left.
Segara? Oh, she's going to be pissed.
Remind us of the name you signed
It's
up under and what you want
Segar.
to speak on.
Hello, my name is Richie Torres. I'm part of, general comment.
Okay.
Funny enough as it is, that's
I'm
$1
part of
million.
Youth Climate Strike,
Just to let you
and
know in here.
to
That's
fight
a
the
little
worsening
over $1 million,
climate,
I
we
think.
must mobilize criminal
1.1
justice
million.
by updating zoning laws to prioritize a climate justice framework, forcing a stronger enforcement and taxes on polluters and large corporations, along with working with LAUSD to invest in the greening of school campuses, prioritizing those identified in LAUSD's greening index analysis of schools in most need, and moving on with accelerating the joint use agreement to make 100 green campuses accessible to communities on weekends, holidays, and summers by 2028. Thank you.
Jamie, you're not even forgetting that he never owned the house. This guy who passed away, the freedom fighter, he never owned the house. So somebody owns the house. They need to get $1.1 million to get her just to buy that house. Then they got to fix it up.
Good morning. My name is Yvonne Nanette Machado.
$3
general
million?
Comment.
Sure. You have a minute. Please begin.
And I was illegally
Maybe.
locked out at 357 South Alvarado Street, apartment 212, Los Angeles, California 90057. And this is for the city attorney. Tenants that live on an RSO building must not be locked out during pandemic times and after pandemic times. I talked to Detective Jim Draw from the Rampart Station, and I never got a notice. Like, I was checking my case on Stanley Mosque, and because I'm a tenant, I was expecting a notice to appear. But apparently the city attorney, because it is, I don't know if it's illegal in the city of Los Angeles or in the state to lock out tenants that were behind on pandemic rents, but it is going on, and I would like the city attorney and her staff to give me a notice through the mail, because the owner was notified yesterday, but I wasn't notified, so please, 213, thank you.
Thank you.
Nobody's ever notified, apparently. Come on now. No goddamn well you was notified 3 different ways to Sunday.
Hi, Speaker. If you'd please tell us the name you signed up under and what you want to
Stop it, mate.
Riley Hume, general comment.
Please go ahead.
Hi, my name's Riley Hume, and I'm with the Youth Climate Strike Los Angeles, and
Sorry, it's almost $1.3 million for the house, guys. I'm sorry.
In Los Angeles that affects us all on a very regular basis. We demand and ask that you commit to a new vision for the Los Angeles River and its tributaries that acknowledges their importance to our past and futures.
With graffiti in front.
In addition, we ask that you begin development
gay
of a
graffiti
long-term
on it.
reclamation reclamation plan.
1.3 million. One
One
bedroom, one bath.
Template. Thank you.
1 bedroom, 1 bath. 1.3 million in that condition.
As the,
it's not even 1,100 square feet.
Speaker
You see
comes
that?
up, there is an introduced
You see?
amending motion on item 30.
Wow.
Presented
Oh,
by
look at
Mr.
my
Krikorian
baby
and
in the
seconded by
corner.
Mr.
I love
Bloomfield.
him.
So if
I
Speaker, just
love
hold
you,
on a minute. I'm
thank
going to
you.
read out the amending
You're the
motion.
best baby boy.
So the motion is that the resolution on the council committee and committee structure, which is item 30 on the agenda, be amended to adopt the following changes to the proposed council committee regular meeting schedule. So these are changes to the resolution that's on item 30. Public Works is to meet in room 401 at 1:30 on the second and fourth Wednesdays. Budget Finance Investment is to meet in room 340 at 2:30
Sounds like a great
PM
deal.
on the second and fourth Wednesdays.
It's crazy, man, to
Transportation is
see what
meet
the
in room
prices are,
401
you know.
at 1:30 on the first
Redfin's
and third
estimate.
Wednesdays. And H&H.
See what Zillow
Housing
says.
Homelessness to meet in room 340 at
Zillow's
2:30
right at
PM
under
on the first and third
1.266.
Wednesdays. Just in case
Actually,
anybody wants
Zillow's a
that
little
level of
higher by
comment.
30 grand.
So now, Speaker, if you'd please remind us of the name you signed up under and what you'd like to speak on.
And it's went down 27 grand in the last month.
Please go ahead. And thank you for your patience.
Yeah. My name is Shekinah. I am a labor and immigrants' rights organizer in Los Angeles. The Valley is my home. I grew up in Van Nuys and North Hollywood. And it was also by 2 different airports, Burbank and Van Nuys
Ooh,
Airport.
property
by a
taxes on
train
that?
track and squished between the 170 freeway, 5 freeway, and
12,000 a year,
101
maybe?
freeway.
Maybe a little
It
more?
is also in the top 1%
15,000
of
a year?
California neighborhoods with the worst air quality, with the most amount of toxins and pollutants in our air, and with some of the dirtiest water in California, just like many of the other neighborhoods in Los Angeles. It is also where I contracted asthma when I was 12 years old, and for the last 14 years, I've dealt with regularly coughing up blood, getting high fevers, and not being able to breathe without constant assistance. It has also cost my working class immigrant family over $5,000, and that is with medical insurance. I'm here because there are thousands of other LA City residents who have stories like mine. And so I'm with Youth Climate Strike LA with 2 additional demands. The first is to end the use of private planes, which emit the same amount of carbon emissions as one person does in an entire year within 10 minutes, and is primarily used by celebrities and the top 1%. We also want to see a 15% tax increase on the use of private planes and a commitment to close private airports by 2030, just like Santa Monica Airport. We also call for you all to join us in ending freeway expansion and calling Caltrans and Metro to end expansion of highways and invest in investment in highways. Thank you.
Thank you.
Steven Starr,
See,
Sung Anderson.
it's hard to
Tony
tell the property
Villanueva, please
taxes
come to the
because,
left.
again, you're paying property taxes on its original cost,
so
which was
just before you
really
start,
low.
Speaker,
You know, the,
yeah, so let
the
me
taxes
just
on the
make
million
sure,
has got to be,
There's a sort
I'm
of
telling you, 10 to
digital
12,000 a
sign
year.
behind you.
$1,000 a
Is
month
that
easy.
You're part of the same group
For your
Okay,
property
so
taxes.
I don't think we're distracting anyone. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not quite
original
sure we
house
did this,
price
but
was
we don't-
$38,500 in
Hello, my name is
1985.
Simbalal. I'm from the 8th District, Marquis Harris Dawson's area, and I'm the lead organizer with Youth Climate Strike Los Angeles. And we're here today because the city has failed in addressing the climate crisis. The clock behind me represents the amount of time that we have left to address this emergency, and the consequences will be dire for my generation and the generations that come after us. Even you guys sitting here today, you will feel the disastrous effects of the climate crisis, and we are feeling them today. During the winter time, we had extreme cold, extreme rain, and right now we're dealing with extreme heat, temperatures that are killing people. A 23-year-old died in Pasadena when he was delivering mail. And these are the effects of the climate crisis
I live in
today
LA
and
County
right
now,
now.
Rem,
And we're
my whole
standing here
life.
today to ask you to stand with us in addressing the urgency of the climate crisis. On September 5th,
Except for
September
9 months.
15th, we will march to City Hall with youth from across the city.
And I
We will
lived in
ask
Clark
you to
County,
stand with us in
Vegas.
addressing the climate emergency. But as a commitment to our demands and what we're asking for is that you permanently mount the clock behind me in City Council chambers as a stance on your commitment with us to address the climate emergency. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, again, when you buy these properties at 1.2 or 3 million, the property tax is through the roof now. It's 15 grand almost for the property. 12 to 15,000 for the
27, 29, 30,
that
and general
price.
public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and then a minute.
That's how
for
the
general.
city
Please
stays
begin.
alive,
Thank
ladies
you.
and gentlemen.
Item 27 has a fun, cute name, Jedi Zone, which stands for Jobs and Economic Development Incentive. I can't help but feel like they picked that order on purpose because y'all like to feel like you're really important, like a Jedi. That's cute. That's cute. I just want to point out that there's a lot of emphasis in these types of motions about jobs. But when a job doesn't pay the worker enough to live in the neighborhood where they work, to feed themselves, to feed their families, to save for retirement, it doesn't serve the worker, it serves the employer. Wage theft is the biggest form of theft, both
Taxation
locally
is the
and
biggest.
nationwide. So it would be nice if when we had these motions regarding jobs and so-called economic development incentives, we specified what we're looking for, which is jobs that actually allow the workers who do those jobs, who perform the labor, to be able to live in a walkable or a nearby distance. That'll also help with traffic. So maybe a little bit of language on that sort of thing next time. I'd appreciate if you're chatting back there, Nithya, if you'd pay attention. So number 29 is a Metro motion, mentions Cycle 5 and express lanes. And we really, really need dedicated bus lanes. We need less space for motorists and more space for public transportation, for cyclists, for pedestrians. Whenever someone's in traffic, they always consider themselves to be dealing with traffic. They don't consider themselves to be contributing to it. And it would be great to get a commitment from all of you to start taking public transportation to work. You all enjoy on-site parking, but that's not the case for a lot of workers. And you can't really understand the challenges that people have taking public transportation unless you experience them yourself. So it would be great if some of you would commit to busing, taking the train, cycling, using an alternate mode of transportation for like even just a week. That would be really meaningful. Item 30 is regarding committee assignments. As a previous speaker mentioned, the Ad Hoc Committee on Governance Reform from this body is an absolute joke. You need an independent commission to do these sorts of things. One of my council members in Sherman Oaks carries around a list of LA City Council members who have been indicted or convicted of embezzlement, and it's just ever growing. Hashtag current price.
Here we go.
I have said that Kevin De Leon should resign immediately from the day of the recording of his racist conversation. His presence on the council is causing severe ongoing harm. He's unqualified to lead. Kevin De Leon, we need a resignation. He is racist. You're complicit. Lithia Raman, you broke your promises. It is shameful and abhorrent. Come on, Kevin, resignation. You're complicit. Come on, Kevin, resignation. He's racist. He's racist. Come on, Kevin, resignation. You're complicit. Come on, Kevin, resignation. He's racist. He's racist.
Oh, man. Yeah, she was awesome. That's Stacy
Hi,
Segar
speak
Bollinger.
The name you signed up
Fucking
under
rad.
and what you want to speak on.
Grammy Award winner
My
right
name
there,
is
ladies
Tony
and gentlemen.
Villanueva, and I'd like to speak on item 28.
Okay, please go ahead.
Good morning, council members. My name is Tony Villanueva. I'm a longtime resident of Hollywood, Council District 4. I'm here today in support of item 28, the memorial for the victims of 1871 Chinese massacre. But I do have one big concern. In the Department of Cultural Affairs newsletter, they reference secondary site locations that includes a freeway mural. Freeway murals in Los Angeles are a very bad idea. No one accepts responsibility for the maintenance. The current condition of existing freeway murals in Los Angeles is horrific. Graffiti vandalism is out of control, and murals are a target. A perfect example is right down here, downtown Council District 14. The 101 freeway from Grand Street overpass to Alameda is a collection of what initially were meant to be as community beautification. This collection of murals is so covered with layers of graffiti, you can't even see a trace of a mural anymore, and they have been like this for years. Are you aware that there is no plan in place for restoration or graffiti removal? Evidently, it's too complicated. This needs to change. Please do not approve any additional freeway murals until an agency is willing to accept responsibility for the maintenance and keep up on a regular basis. I appreciate you listening.
Thank you for your comments.
Yeah, I love her. She tells you everything. You need to do this. You need to do that. This needs to be this way. She's a little dictator. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Her little liberal dictator ass.
This is general public comment.
Okay, please go ahead.
Meanwhile, she gets nothing done but whine.
Historic cultural monument. Our young people, especially LGBTQ young people, need to know this history. We see the need for that knowledge all over this country with the persecution and criminalization of LGBTQ people happening in so many states. Knowledge of this history makes everyone safer and able to stand up to bigotry and prejudice. We must not lose this opportunity to honor and further our LGBTQ history that was made just a few miles from this council chamber. Make Morris Kaitom a historic cultural monument. It is the least we can do. This council has the choice to honor LGBTQ history, to stand up to this wave of hatred sweeping over our country. Whose side are we on? Thank you.
I think they should they should go ahead with the painting, the mural, and it should be just a whole bunch of like homeless bums in tents and shit, lighting fires, smoking crack, painted on the wall. What do you guys think?
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Stephen Starr.
Capture the real
co-founder
essence of
Extinction
LA.
Rebellion Los Angeles, the host of XR Now Radio. For those of you who don't know who Extinction Rebellion is, check in with ChatGPT. We are the largest climate activist organization in the world. I'm here today on behalf of and in support of Youth Climate Strike, our allies who are growing.
I love his
by
Donkey
the day.
Kong hat.
We are very frustrated by the
Safari
lackluster
Donkey Kong hat.
performance of you, the City Council. We expect you to become far more aggressive than you have been in the past at addressing the climate emergency, the ecological emergency, the biodiversity emergency being faced by this city. In particular today, a couple of demands on housing. We want you to ensure that new housing comes with new parks so that 75% of Angelinos live within a half a mile of a park as we move towards a carless future. Embed these requirements in community plan documents.
Carless future.
Update your city's open space element of the general plan to prioritize provision of adequate open spaces, habitat, and biodiversity connectivity.
Thank you.
And finally,
Thank you.
And finally, you're going to get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to cut your mic. And finally, what Carlos future is he talking about? He ain't lived in L.A. too long. There's no infrastructure. There's no nothing. These people are just stupid. They just want you to drive electric cars with no electricity backup. So you'll be, shit out of luck and get rid of everything that's already been in place. And instead of trying to fix it and make it bolster it. It's ridiculous. These people are just so fucking absolutely stupid, and I can't pretend like they're not, because they absolutely are. I can't. I can't.
All right, we've called everybody on the list, so we're going to go to virtual public comment at this time. You can speak with the sergeant if there's a dispute over here, so we'll figure it out. All right, but for now, we'll go to virtual public comment.
What's the dispute about? What are they disputing? Rasputin.
Caller, which items would you like to speak
Caller,
on?
how does my pussy look? I don't know. I
Thank
can't.
you. It's Eric Previn. And I'd like to speak on the available items in the general public.
So the available items,
Turn
Mr.
him up.
President, are items 1, 2, and 15 through 30. So you have 3 minutes for those. Please stick to those items. And then after that, you have a minute of general public comment. Please begin.
1, 2, and 15 through 30?
Correct.
Okay, but what about all those refunds? Are those kosher?
So, Mr. Previn, you've got 1, 2, and 15 through 30. So you can talk about the other things in general public comment. So we're going to
Goddamn
restart
sound
your 3 minutes.
man.
Please begin.
Piece of shit.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank the
Smoke, everybody.
LA Building and Safety Group for diligently going back and absolving all these LLCs of linkage fees that they'd already paid and paying them back, big sums like $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 from the people who live over in the nicer neighborhoods who had sought permits and then are getting all these linkage fees back. I'm glad that you're pushing it all through so quickly, but I think these kinds of things require genuine scrutiny. And what you've done is you've blocked virtual testimony at all the committee hearings. So it's impossible
Kat.
to
It's good
provide
to see
that
you.
kind of guidance. And then you wind up in this environment where you
Cheers,
can't,
Elvira.
you can't talk on it or you can. I think it's a real problem. And I think that, Krikorian's got the new committee assignments. And I'll be candid, impressive work. It's way too many committees. Okay, let me be very clear. Way too many. Segmenting things in this little way is just only to the benefit of the person who's trying to run the billiard table by putting any ball in without using the white ball to hit it. You need to be more consolidate. You need to have committees of 5. That's the right size, maybe, or maybe even larger. And you need to bundle them into smaller number of things because environment and transportation are related. We don't want to move forward with, we want to put them in the same kind of a bunch because this is just maddening and dizzying. And on top of it, the absolutely diabolical notion of denying comment from the telephone to people who really want to provide. Today we heard from so many speakers talking about the tree canopy here in Los Angeles. We all know and remember Garcetti talked about the 1 million trees. We know we don't have them, but we don't want people going around taking down the ones we do have. And they got a lot of crafty characters, Councilmember Rahman, from the very nice elite academies that are also funding the Environmental Institute at UCLA, telling you it's a great idea to knock down old-growth lungs in Studio City and put up little trees next to they want to co-opt something we already have, the Zev Greenway.
Do you want to go into general public comment, Mr. Previn?
PB,
Dad,
good to see
whatever
you.
you call them. Yeah, I'll go to the general public comment.
I am bigly.
Harvard Westlake is a great school. They do a great job. CIF champs. What they cannot do, however, is move mountains, okay? And by trying to do too much in a grassy open space that is golf, tennis, and trees, they're really provoking a mighty storm. And they need to be curbed by the government. So, Supervisor Horvath and Nithya Raman, who got handed this by others, namely Mr. Krikorian, need to step forward and be clear that the public use matters, the environment matters, and though they do have some needs and some money, they have to be cooperative with the local community. It's so important. Community support is not something that you can just bulldoze over, as I wrote in my recent City Watch. And we want to reach out to Anthony Pritzker, the big guy who's got all the money, who built a 50,000 square foot house that everybody loathes, but we want to forgive him for that, but remind him he's not doing it in our big grassy area. And we can make a small structure for Harvard Westlake, and they can have 1 field, not 3, and they can't be plastic because we have heat island.
Thank you, Mr. Previn.
Good luck.
I don't know. I missed it, Panderjeet.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Hello?
Caller with the last 4 digits, 5065. Please unmute.
So speaker with the last...
Hello, this is Donald Harlan. I'd like to speak on agenda items number 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15, 24, 30, and general comment.
Okay, so some of the items that you listed aren't open for public comment. The ones that are
wanna talk about
open
the
for
world.
comment now are items 1 and 2 and then 15 through 30. So why don't we give you 3 minutes for those items, and then you can talk about all the others or anything else relevant to the city in general public comment. So we'll set the clock for 3 minutes for 1, 2, and 15 through 30. Please begin.
Thank you. I was concerned that there's people in the city playing back and forth, trying to lease themselves my properties and trying to sell themselves my properties. And part of their development is dividing the lots. For agenda item number 1 and 2, there's no vacation of those streets. Those are just streets. They belong to me, and the properties on both sides belong to me. Metro doesn't own it. The city doesn't own it. It's not for you to vacate those streets. You don't need to vacate it to do something there. You don't need to vacate the property to do something there. If it's my fucking property and you have that fucking business that's important for the city or what it needs to be done for, then you just do it. But otherwise, just stay out of there or demolish whatever's there. I was concerned that it seems that there seems to be refunds for money that you should not be spending, that Paul Krikorian had put forth many agenda items that they're giving refunds for building permits for property that was illegally developed. So then they're going to refund not only was they trying to give them back the money for the illegal real estate development, they want to give back the money for the permits too. There's a big problem in the city, people trying to reallocate money or vacate streets to get things. They'll make up any excuse.
Oh, did they hang up? Oh, did he hang up?
Speaker, you still there?
Did he hit his mute button?
Apparently, the speaker.
No.
Okay, so we'll move on.
No.
Caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Feel like Darth right
General
now.
Public comment.
Yes, please go ahead. You have a minute.
My name is Richard Serrano. I was running for CD6, and in that time, I reached out to Madam Vice President Harris to get the VA hospital in North Hills replastered because they did not have the funding to do so. As of July 31st, I got a letter back from her saying that that was going to be looked into and pushed forward because they needed that kind of service. Again, if Ms. Padilla can follow up on that, it's in North Hills. I just got the letter back as of Monday. Please look into that for it's in the North Hills area of the San Fernando Valley. Youth climate. I'd love to see this climate strike. I'm glad you guys are there and making that point for your future. Stand strong. Keep doing it because we're going to need that in our future. The trees need to be in. But the letter came in from Vice President Harris as of Monday. Please, City Council, push forward. The VA hospital in North Hills needs that pool replastered.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a plane crash near
Next
the Van
caller,
Nuys
which
Airport.
items would you like to speak on?
Hello.
Hi. Which items?
Sean Murphy from Canoga Park.
Hi, Sean. What would you like to
Hi,
speak
Sean.
on? 29 in general public comment.
Sure, you have a minute for each. Please
Just
go
a
ahead,
small
Sean.
plane crash. It had to be either a jet or Cessna.
Marquise is doing a wonderful job as pro tem. Item 29, we need more cyclists, we need more buses, we need everything. For item 29, I'm for it. General public comment.
Okay.
I'd like to congratulate Medea for the Council District 6. I hope she does well. There's a few things I'd like to discuss with her. The shopping center on Woodman and
Single engine plane.
Roscoe, when are you going to open it up? It's been months. I'd like to say to my basic fans, they can find me on Facebook and email. I'm not coming down to City Hall anymore because it's not what it used to be. I'm sorry to say that to you, Fable. And you do a good job. I do not like the new city attorney that's doing your job. He doesn't let, I have noticed he doesn't let people talk. He cuts them off. That's not right. He needs to get trained. Otherwise, you stay on as city attorney, Fable. I appreciate you. You don't cut people off. I hope everybody's having a good summer. It's been hot in Canoga Park. every day. That's about it, Fravo. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sean. Sorry not to see you.
Brandon, thank you so much, Brendan.
Next
And
caller, which
guys,
items would you like to
let me
speak
just
on?
pause it really fast because it is live, but really quickly. LA City firefighters were at the scene of a deadly plane crash at Van Nuys Airport Wednesday morning. Tower controllers told the news the plane was in a pattern on descent before the crash on the runway at 10:37 a.m. The single-engine aircraft exploded into flames. Firefighters quickly knocked down the flames. It's unknown how many people were inside the aircraft, and they said there was said to be no survivors. And that's it. And that was literally 3 minutes ago on my phone.
I'd like to speak on general public comments.
Sure, you have a minute, and you're a little bit muffled, so if you can speak more directly into your microphone, that would help.
Okay, great. This is Susie Shannon. Council members, on August 8th, you will be asked to vote on the historic cultural monument status of Morris Kite's 4th Street home. Morris Kite is a founder of the Stonewall Democratic Club, the LGBTQ Center, and our Pride Parade. The LGBT community is already under attack in this country.
Thanks, Yessie.
We need your yes vote on August 8th to ensure that there's no erasure of our LGBTQ plus history. I'm asking you to join Stonewall Democratic Club, the LGBT Center, AHS, the LA Conservancy, and hundreds of people that have signed petitions and letters for you to vote yes to preserve Morris Kite's 4th Street home. We look forward to getting your yes vote next Tuesday. Thank you.
I don't think you could just close that airport down. I mean, it's a big hub for a small
Next
aircraft
caller,
and
which items would you
private
like to speak
planes,
on?
Helicopters. In fact, all the news, every one of your favorite news channels launch out of that airport.
I'd like to speak on 5, 12, 30.
Can't even hear her.
I think you said, you're a little muffled. I think you said 5:30 in general. 5 isn't open for public comment, but 30 is. So we'll give you a minute for item 30, followed by a minute for general public comment. So please begin.
Okay, thank you. Well, for number 30, the committees need to have call-in options with the homelessness and poverty or homelessness and housing committee. Like, so much goes on, and we can't, like, I'm an unhoused person, and we need to be able to have a voice and participate in those committees. Another thing is that, like, none of these committees value, like, human life. Like, there's no health committee. There's an aging committee, but, like, that just doesn't do anything. And public safety just values police and capital. We need committees and departments that, like, care about our life expectancies and our health. For number 5, the $60 million improvement to the bike path in the LA River. The city gets public improvements wrong so often
You go to
by
general.
restricting access to our public natural resources instead of expanding it, by putting up fences and closing them indefinitely. Eric Previn mentioned something about a part of this bike path. It's getting taken over by Harvard Westlake School, and that's unconstitutional. It's a public natural resource. It's currently a public park, and Harvard Westlake is being allowed to take a public natural resource away and privatize it under the guise that they're going to expand public access. But it is currently open 24/7 to the public. And they're going to take the trees away too. So, yeah. And for Lorraine Lundquist, I appreciate that appointment and support it, but please bring back hybrid meeting format. Thank you.
Yeah, Pear Tree, it's just a knee-jerk reaction, you know, when things happen that aren't good. And they don't realize that you can't just stuff the traffic from
Next caller,
that
which
into
items would you
LAX
like to
and
speak on?
Burbank. It's already terrible. Imagine doing that. You'd never go to LAX. You'd never go to Burbank anymore. Nobody want to fly.
Hi, this is Miriam Kreisel.
Can't do it.
Hi, can you say that again? It was a little hard to hear you, speaker.
Yeah, my name is Miriam Preisel. I
Okay.
came to comment on number 5, but I can make it a general comment.
Yes.
I don't really understand why 5 is not available
Yeah,
to comment
so
on.
the hearing was satisfied in committee, but you can talk about it in general, so you still get a minute. So we'll set the clock for a minute. Please
At least
begin.
we can hear her. What's up, Vic?
All right. I'm with the Friends of the Sepulveda Basin Off-Leash Dog Park. I support waiting on allocating more funding until enforcement and maintenance are budgeted. The area of my concern is between White Oak and Balboa. 2 bike paths exist parallel to this, one just 500 feet away. It is an isolated area where no one would hear anyone in distress. There are homeless encampments along that route now that chase people with bats. We would also like our concerns about this bike path against the dog park and a redesign to the south side of the river considered, which has fewer conflicts. An arsonist set fires on the Reseda path, and we worry how long it would take to notice fires next to our park at night. I have attached a letter to the Mayor Bass in public comments, but I would like everyone to read. And I invite you all to visit our park and the surrounding area to understand our concerns. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you remember that when you go to vote.
Next caller, which
Or
items would
keep
you
doing
like
the
to
same
speak on?
shit and keep calling and complaining and getting chased with bats by your houseless neighbor.
Public comment, please.
Speaker, which items would you like to speak on?
Public comment.
Okay, so this is unintelligible. You must have a connection problem, so we'll move on to the next speaker.
Public comment. Public comment.
Next caller, which items would you like
they
to speak
dubbed
on?
ya. I fucking dubbed ya.
Caller with the last 4 digits.
Caller?
0058.
How does my vagina look?
So speaker with the digits
I can't see it
0058,
through
if
the
you're there.
mask.
Press star 6 right now. No, I think we got to move on.
Caller with the last 4 digits. 6685.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hello?
You there? Hi,
Hi.
speaker. What would you like to speak on?
I wanted to speak on item number 5, but I guess it has
Yeah.
to go in general comment.
Yes, it'll be general.
2 dead
so
in the
please go
plane
ahead.
crash.
Okay, I have 1 minute.
Confirmed 2 dead.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jill Haber. I'm speaking on agenda number 5, 23-0559. We strongly request that you vote no on this motion until further review and evaluation is considered. Asking for this money for the LA River bike path is based on renderings. There are no blueprints. There's been no community input. There are no plans for security enforcement or maintenance on this path. You cannot just build a resource and leave it alone. You have to have a plan, and this Riverway bike path does not have a plan. We've been told by council office that there is no regard for any kind of security maintenance, that it's not in the plan. That is not serving the community. Please reconsider approving this money until security and maintenance is in place. When they built the orange line, security and maintenance was already in place before they even received the money. I know because I worked on it. There's too many, the existing path has security problems now, arson, homeless, drugs, and burglaries with no enforcement.
Okay, thank you.
So
Next
please reconsider.
person on the phone.
Fed, it crashed at Van Nuys Airport. At 10:37.
Next caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Just less than an
Good
hour.
morning, Lina Morris, CD6. Good morning, Mr. Pablo and Sharon Jin.
Smoke, everybody.
Items 5, 12, 13, and 30, general public comment, please.
Okay, so actually 5, 13 are not open, but 30 is. So we'll give you a minute for 30, and you can talk about the other ones in general. So please begin.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Pablo. Lina Morris on the San Valley Area Neighborhood Council, speaking as an individual. Good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. For item 30, I really hope that the City Council will consider more progressive members of the City Council to take on chair committees.
This phone is terrible.
We need more progressivism on committees such as transportation, and we need to make sure that more progressive voices are heard in leadership positions. Because I have strongly advocated for the San Fernando Valley and underserved communities. And I hope that we get better services from the city council and city departments. For general public comment,
Okay.
I think Dr. Lorraine Lundquist is a good person. She's very nice. She's from CSUN. She's very active in her community. She's always on Zoom meetings and the NCSA meetings and other environmental and progressive meetings. So I think she will be a good fit for the Rent Commission. I would like to have the pleasure of getting to know her more, but she's a good person.
Yeah,
And
she's
for
hot.
item 5, I know for general public comment, I do support better bicycle infrastructure in the San Fernando Valley. We need better security because the Orange Line has been vandalized. The copper wire has been stolen. I have notified Metro and LADOT. So I just hope that that will be taken into consideration about securing the copper wires because we need lighting during the nighttime. So bicyclists will not get lost or find a way around and
Get
I
lost
just-
in the dark
and
on a
third,
bike path that only goes
I
two
believe
ways.
that's this. Yeah, I use the balance of my time. Thank you. And
Thank you.
for having me.
How do you get lost on a bike path even if it's dark? It's only two ways. You fucking moron.
caller, which items
This
would
is
you
why
like to
we
speak
are
on?
the problems we have. This is why. This is why they get voted in morons. And this is sad
Caller
world
with the last
that they
four
need
digits,
security
5686.
for a bike path.
Please unmute.
They need security for a
Caller
bike
with the
path.
digits 5688.
Should tell you
If know,
everything
please
you
press
need to
star 6
know.
Right away.
For a bike
No?
path.
Okay, then we should move on.
Most bike paths in America don't have anything.
Next
other
caller,
than
which
animals,
items would you like to speak on?
Squirrels, birds. That's it. It's on the bike path. Along with people on bikes.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Which items would
Fucking
you like to
morons,
speak on?
Nebraska. It's good to see you.
General public comment.
Okay, please go
My
ahead. You have a
name is
minute.
Emmy-
Morons.
My name is Emmy Goldnoff. I'm speaking on behalf of the Sierra Club, on behalf of Barb Hensley, who had to get off the line, also from the Sierra Club, and on behalf of the hundreds of people who have expressed concern about the zoo expansion plan. We appreciate the improvements that have been made in the plan and that have been mediated by council members, and especially CD4. But we ask for just a little bit more. The zoo says they'll explore a tunnel option, that they'll try it, and that they'll make the California Visitor Center smaller. But there's no specifics. We ask that you make sure that they make it a lot smaller and that they create a tunnel. There is no try. We also ask that an ecological advisory council be created to provide oversight of the zoo expansion, including ecologists from Rec and Parks, the city, someone from the Biodiversity Expert Council, people from the Friends of Griffith Park, the California Native Plant Society, the Sierra Club, and the Citizens for Los Angeles Wildlife.
Thank you.
The zoo says it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There's got to be some sort of wiring from the panel.
Please don't disrupt the meeting again. That's your first warning.
I didn't even hear anybody.
Second
Boy, this dude-
warning, if you continue to talk, we'll ask you to leave the chambers.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Hi,
Yes,
Mr.
good morning.
Hi, Mr. Mars. Which items did you want to speak on?
No, Remulak. I can't sit. I gotta.
That's modest. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the time.
Can't sit
30
online.
And public comment, please.
You got it. You have
I
a
have a
minute
show
for
to
each. Please
host.
begin.
Thank you. First of all, it was kind of interesting to see the devil back in the house yesterday. But don't you worry, Miss Padilla. We're going to hold on to you. We're going to hold on to you we're going to just make sure that you stay proper and that you make sure that your mother is always proud of you. In regards to, let's just move on to public comment. Let's go to public comment.
Okay.
For Angelinos, if you take a look at the Southern California Gas, they were providing what they call the level pay plan, where they would give you a certain amount every month, and then that way, if your bill went up or down, you were covered. Well, what they don't tell you is after that period is over, they try to charge you for the overusage. They don't tell you that when they sign you up, but they then send you a bill saying, well, you owe us this amount, some going as high as $2,000, and they try to add it on to the next 6 months. So please, someone has to take a look at that Southern California Gas level building. I greatly appreciate it. Thank
Shout
you.
out to the gas company. I mean, man, they're all Mensa members calling in today. Jesus Christ, they can't
Next
form
callers,
a
which
sentence
item would you
without
like to speak
or
on?
in it. Fuck.
Hi, item 13.
Okay, so that'll have to be in general public comment because it's not open as an
Well,
item.
she's
but you
wearing
still
like
got
a
minute,
paper
so
bag
please go
or
ahead.
something.
Okay, so it's
The
okay
fuck
to
is she wearing?
make the same comment?
It's like a denim bag. That is not a flattering
question.
shirt.
Can I comment on item
It's like she
13
wore a
in
long
general
shirt,
public comment?
like her
No,
boyfriend's shirt
just
to wear.
Just general public comment during
Wore it
which
as a
you can
dress.
speak about item 13, which is not
Is that a
otherwise
romper?
open
Is that
as
what
an
that
item.
is?
So please go ahead. You have a minute.
Okay, so I think that's a yes, so I will go ahead. I hope I do this right. My name is Lisa Hart. I'm with the Neighborhood Council Sustainability Alliance. We continue to oppose alternative 1.5 regarding the zoo, although it is an improvement over previous alternative 2. At the last committee meeting, Councilmember Hernandez mentioned that she had been to the top of the ridgeline that will be affected and presumably agreed with the zoo that it would not be problematic to develop there. I have also been to that ridgeline because, to the zoo's credit, they invited us to take a tour, and my reaction was very different from hers. I stood there and I thought about having a food court or bathrooms at the top of this ridgeline, and my conclusion was that that was neither appropriate nor necessary to advance the zoo's mission. So I just heard for the first time, but I really love the Sierra Club's suggestion that there be some sort of ecological advisory committee, because as you know, I'm assuming you're going to pass this today, and if you do, I certainly hope there are ways you can continue to listen to us and
Thank you.
accommodate us, because many of us are not appeased. Thank you.
Texas Tim, she got one of them Texas boys like you with them
Next
big
caller,
dick
which
beaters.
item would you like to speak on?
at night are big and bright.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Rest in peace.
I'd like to
Pee-wee.
speak on general public comment, please.
Sure, please go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, good morning, Council. I'd like this is for Monica Rodriguez. Monica, the Southern Tonga community has respect for you. We voted you in office, and we expect you to represent us. But unfortunately, you don't even care about us. You don't even come to neighborhood nights out, what we've noticed. What's interesting is that my Southern Tonga neighborhood council members have told me that you kicked them out of the office and you gave the space to someone else. And I found out that the Southern Tonga neighborhood council has to spend $7,000 a year on storage for their equipment. And this is very shameful what you did. What kind of a councilwoman are you? Why would you not let the Southern Tonga neighborhood council have their office established at your district office in Tahunga? What's going on? I don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hung up on you.
Well, my mistake.
Caller, which item would you like to
didn't
speak
even
on?
tell him nothing. Just Look at old boy all hitting on the 3 chicks over there. I'd bang the one in the middle. She's pretty. The one in the black.
Hello?
Hi,
She looks
speaker.
pretty.
Which item did you want
She
to
look
speak on?
pretty.
I'd like to do general public comment, please.
Sure, you have a minute. Please go ahead.
My name is Michael, a.k.a. Lobster. I would like to speak to Damon from Smoking Scan. Would you please reinstate me after blocking me for a reason? I had no idea that he had a beef with the local TV stations. I'm asking for his forgiveness. And also, I think we really need to have robo-dogs at the LA Zoo. Damon, please reconsider my mistake. Thank you.
Okay, Lobster. I'll find it.
All right, thank you.
Big up, Steve.
I believe we've now exhausted the remote speaker queue. There were 2 people in the room who wanted to speak, and the president's going to allow them
Lobster,
to do so.
you lucked
One
out,
person
my
was,
friend. You was the
excuse
last
me if I get
one.
the names, but Kate Ucheo, I think.
The robot.
Usel. Hi. And just so we know, the other person, if he's still here, is Eric Gill. So if Eric Gill is here, come to the side.
Hey, where's Mr.
let's-
Sachs,
you, sir.
dude? I'm scared.
What did you want to speak on?
My man, Mr. Sachs.
General comment.
You locked up.
Go ahead. You have a minute.
Beating somebody up.
Okay, make Morris Kite's home on 4th Street a historic cultural monument. Morris Kite had the respect of many in high places. Governor Davis, Governor Brown, Mayors Bradley and Reardon, and more senators, congress members, council members, supervisors than we have time for here. This is a quote from Zev Yaroslavsky that appeared in an article in the LA Times in January of 2003 upon Morris's death. Morris comes from an era where to be openly gay, you were putting your physical safety on the line. People today forget that. In those days, you are risking your well-being, you are risking harassment, you are risking arrest, you are risking getting beaten up by hate mongers and murdered, may I say. He was fearless, Yaroslavsky said. Save LGBTQ plus history, save Morris Kite's house on 4th Street. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Ms.
And
Giselle.
go Dodgers.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, we've exhausted public comment. Everybody in the chamber who signed up
Go
to speak
Dodgers.
has been given time to speak, as well as everyone who called in. Given that, Mr. Clerk, what is before us at this time to vote on?
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items
What's this guy
1,
talking about?
2, 15 through
This is
25,
lobster.
and 27 through 29.
All right, we'll open the roll on those items, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
And we'll
Mic
send
drop
item
on the
number
dot.
28 forthwith, without objection. All right, what's next?
Mr. President, the council may now consider
got that
item 5,
shiny
call
forehead,
special by
no mask.
Councilmember Rahman.
So I was wrong. It wasn't his hot breath.
Wanted to rise
That
to
made
make a
his
brief
forehead
comment
shiny.
about this item. Completing the LA Riverway from Canoga Park all the way through the valley to Zoo Drive and Griffith Park has been a key goal of mine, and I know it's a key goal for Councilmember Blumenfield, as it is for the entire council.
Jordan, we
we
still got time.
supported the last state legislative package for funding on exactly
I'm not
this
famous
issue.
for any, like, for anything,
This
except for
project,
being
the Valley
mean to
Completion
people,
Project,
apparently.
seeks to complete 15 total miles of
Something I'm
off-street
famous
pathway
for.
and on-street network by 2028,
Yeah, he's a
which could be
dick,
really exciting
too.
and
He's a
transformative for
fucking
people
dick.
who are looking to be bicycle commuters and reshaping how we approach how we get around the city.
I get
The
around.
project implements many of the goals laid out in the city's mobility plan, the LADOT's strategic plan, the 2007 LA River Revitalization Master Plan, and on and
I'm
on.
talking
This
about.
is key to so many planning efforts that have been put forward. We've been doing our part in our office and in this whole council by supporting BOE and DOT as they apply for
Elbow
funding.
room, bar, grill,
And
popping.
This project has a huge price tag. It's an outstanding bill of
So you guys are
about
watching her, I'm watching
$185
other
million.
things.
So we need all the external funds that we can get. So this long-standing promise from Metro of $60 million that we're finally getting is very, very welcome to be finally coming to us. And I'm really excited about this partnership with the county to promote safe, active transportation in our city. And we're really eager to see this move forward. But I just wanted to flag it for everyone because it's such an exciting influx of cash. And I think it's a great project.
This is outside their building,
so much,
the bar.
Councilmember Padilla.
That's the top view. This is their roof view. Look at that. How beautiful.
Hi, good morning, everybody.
Look at that.
I'm going to be
Fucking
voting
beautiful,
yes
man.
on this item.
Fort Lauderdale,
but
Florida,
I did want
ladies and
to
gentlemen. Look at
introduce
that
a
water.
motion related to working together with some of the members of my
Love you
community
too, Tam.
to make sure that within a few,
Good old
I
Tom.
would like 60
I
days
understand
to
you
hear
all
a
met
report
Tom.
back from Public Works on potentially doing some research on how we can figure out ways of bringing peace between individuals that are worried about what this bike path will potentially do for their existing dog park. I definitely think that there is work to be done to make everybody happy. So I just wanted to introduce this motion. I hope you guys can support it.
Busy.
Thank you.
Is there a second to this motion?
See, these are the sides we don't normally watch. We're
Councilmember
normally
Park.
watching inside, and we're watching everybody going crazy. But this
Seconded
is
by
outside. Look, they
Councilmember
got a
Park.
great spot right on the corner, on the beach. That's why this
Councilmember
place be
Rahman?
pumping at night. I'm telling you. That's why. It's on the
Is it an
strip.
amending motion to this one? Or it's just a new motion? Oh, I think it's just a new motion for
So,
for
Ms.
today
Rowland,
that's on the table.
It's been circulated, so we don't need to worry about it's a separate thing.
Oh,
it's,
okay,
It's
great.
in our pack of
So
things.
It
all
is,
right, so
Shelley,
it's not a
for
part of
now.
the
Happy to
motion. All right.
support. I think it's great. We've been hearing from them as well, and I told them to wait for you to come in, so I'm excited that you're here and leading community engagement on that
I've
issue.
gone
Thank
through all
you.
the
I
public
really appreciate
comments,
it.
and I guess there was nobody else in the queue.
Clarify, like I'm very excited to receive the funding from Metro, but I know that there's still a lot of things that are coming forward as it pertains to design. So I just want to make sure that we ourselves arm ourselves with information so that we have things to work off of as design is implemented to make sure that we find a way to compromise both communities. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Council Members Rahman and Padilla. This item is before us. Open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
Beautiful day in San Diego.
13 ayes.
Shout out to
All
San
right.
Diego webcam.
What's next?
The council may now consider item 13, called special by Councilmember Rahman for comments.
Councilmember Rahman.
Once again, okay,
Ramen?
so this is about the zoo's new plan. I don't know whether you wanted to, Councilmember Bloomfield also had some questions, and I thought maybe you could ask your questions first,
Top
and then I
ramen.
could, yeah.
All right, Mr. Blumenfield.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. And, you know, this wasn't really on my radar. I'm not on that committee, but as this morning I started getting a lot of comments from animal activists and calls and concerns, and I just wanted to clarify something about this. And as you know, and as far
The
as you do an
battleship
amazing
behind
job,
it's
and
pretty
I
dope.
Appreciate all the great work that
Got
you
the
do.
dinghy and the sailboat.
The issue with the elephants is you know, from Billy the elephant to the treatment of the elephant has been an ongoing
fucking
issue
aircraft
for a
carrier,
long time,
man.
and it's one I care about
crazy.
deeply as well. And I don't believe that this vision plan is closing off the discussion about ultimately the fate
Hazy
of the
day,
elephants and where they go. But I wanted to clarify that because
midway.
a lot of folks,
Yeah, the
very
aircraft
serious
carrier's dope.
folks who are in the animal activist community have contacted me concerned that this vision plan is somehow closing that discussion for the future. And so I wanted to clarify that is still, you know, the ultimate fate of the elephants and how we address the future is not being
Stop playing with my
predetermined by
dinghy.
this.
Okay.
Understanding that some of the money in this vision plan is envisioned to improve the conditions of the elephant enclosures, which is a good thing. Except the concern from a lot of folks is a lot of people don't want to, want the elephants ultimately to go to a sanctuary, and that's going to be an issue that we need to resolve at some point. But I don't think that is being decided in this vision plan. But I wanted to clarify that on the record because there are a lot of folks serious folks who are concerned about it, who are sort of maybe didn't realize that or didn't believe that was part of this discussion. So I wanted to open that up.
Thank you. I'm Denise Ferret. I'm the general manager of the Zoo Department. I appreciate the question, Councilmember Blumenfield. So this plan, which is completely rooted in improving the welfare and the well-being of our animals, as codified with a 162% increase for animal spaces,
Fucking
does not
helicopters,
define
baby.
the zoo's animal collection for the future. This is a blueprint for how we would improve the physical campus of the Los Angeles Zoo and ensure that we can provide the exemplary care that we provide for the
Navy
elephants and all the
helicopters.
animals at the zoo today into the future.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rahman.
Thank you so much for that question and for that clarification.
Ramen.
Councilmember Bloomfield.
They keep
and
calling
thank
her
you, Ms.
ramen,
Brett,
and it's
for
Rahman, right?
The diligence of you and your team
He
in
keeps
working
fucking
with
up.
us as we responded to some of the community concerns that have come up around this. Council District 4 is
I
a
wish I could
lucky
fly. That'd be
place to
cool.
be able to represent because we have incredible landmarks in it, including the zoo. Each of these landmarks requires special handling, and I think that in this case, both the zoo and the Bureau of Engineering were really
It's like
open
flying a
and
school
willing
bus.
to partner with our office and with the community as we address some of the, I think, really important issues that my office elevated to you from the community about the first iteration of this. What we have before us now is a revised EIR for a new alternative that came out of that community engagement process, Alternative 1.5.
I don't know about roaming free in Arizona.
A really large multi-story
Send them
parking
home, yeah.
garage, which was contemplated in the earlier version. It restores and protects some of the most valuable trees, a 6-acre oak woodland hillside, by removing the Africa area entirely. It commits to measures that's going to reduce vehicle miles traveled for visitors who are coming into the park. You have also committed separately to making a smaller visitor center, moving it off
Thing
the
is
ridgeline in the most sensitive areas, and
you get
really
rid of the elephants,
developing
right?
the visitor center
Then what?
in line with
The
the
lions,
spirit of other
the goats and
legislation
the
across
rams,
the city that seeks to
right?
preserve wildlife crossings.
Then the monkeys
and
or
natural
gorillas.
areas, and
Then
as
what's
much as
left?
possible not
Do you
to
have a zoo?
use blasting in the construction of the new
Well, why are you keeping those over
More
there?
needs to be
Why
done.
don't you let them go too?
More needs to be done
Then
to
you
think
have
about
no zoo.
vehicle trip generation,
So
how to
what do you
reduce
do?
that. And I think that will be done over time
you have no
as
zoo?
the zoo phases
I don't know.
this work out over the future. But that work has already started.
And then people have to go on
along with
safari
you
to actually
in
see
partnership with DOT,
legit
Rec and
animals?
Parks and Metro.
Or just watch
EIRs
videos
are
of them?
conceptual planning
No.
documents.
Is
They're
that
not
what's going
project
on? I
design
mean, that's really what's
documents.
going on.
And so
but
what we have before us is
I
a
don't know, man.
commitment to do that design and continue to do that work in partnership with the community as we
fuck
have
are you
been
talking about,
so
Ron?
far. And I think based on the kind of responsiveness that we've had from the departments already on this, I feel really confident that the concerns that are out there right now are going to be possible to be addressed in the next phase as we come back with these concrete designs. And so I want to encourage everyone to support this EIR. I want to encourage everyone to come to the table with your ideas about animal conservation, about
Sav? How are
we
you?
engage with animals as a community, on the design of the program and how it relates to Griffith Park around it, because
Zoos are
I have
toxic
found
for
in
animals.
my experience that
They
the
should
zoo is
all
a
be
very,
gone.
very willing
Well,
partner
I understand it.
in
You know,
those
as a kid, you don't understand
discussions, and I
it.
look forward
You-
to continuing to engage
You
in them.
enjoy it as a kid.
I also did
Go
want to
see
say
all
that
these
as
animals,
somebody,
things you could
you know,
never
I
see
come to this
other
work
than in a book.
with a real
Right?
love for
Back
the
then, because there really was no
environment,
internet
and
even to watch videos.
I hadn't, you know, I'm not.
So I
haven't
get
been
it.
camping
Same with like
much
having a
in my
dolphin or a
lifetime. My
whale at
parents
SeaWorld, right?
Never really
It's in
wanted
this
to
little
be
tank
out in
and
nature.
can't go anywhere. I get it.
Immigrants to America, camping was not part of our cultural
It's-
tradition,
in a
and
se-
so
in a-
you know,
I'm
they
just
never
saying,
took
as
me
a
out.
kid, in
But
my
I
kid,
had a
in a
love of
kid
the
mind of
environment,
myself, it's sad
which
to see
came
the
out from my
zoos go
engagement
like
with
that.
my local
but
zoo and
if
my
that's what
local
it is, then
aquarium.
that's what it is.
And when I look at who is at the zoo week after week, when I go out there, and the families that are there, the diversity of the people who come there, and for so many for whom the zoo is their only real engagement with nature and conservation. To me, that feels like a space that's worth lifting up, that's worth investing in to make it state of the art, and one that Angelinos truly deserve. And I'm really hopeful about this
think
plan
Marineland.
and how
I
it
know
can take us in
SeaWorld.
that direction. So I want to encourage everyone.
If we did
to
go, I don't
support
remember
this
it.
today, and I want to thank you again, Denise, for your partnership as we've moved through this.
Thank you very much,
King
Councilmember
Kong
Long.
freed himself. Yeah, I mean, it was sad to see what
All
happened
right, if
with
there's nothing
Harambe
further on this
and,
item, we'll open the roll,
and you know, and
close
things like
the roll,
that too.
tabulate
you
the
know?
vote.
It's a sad deal.
13
I
ayes.
understand
Thank you
it
so
both.
much.
I'm
Thank
looking
you,
at the
Ms.
apple
Surratt.
from every angle. From
What's,
their angle,
next?
from my angle.
Mr. President, the council may now consider item 30 as amended by motion 30A, Harris Dawson, Fort Krikorian, Bloomfield.
All right, that was called special for
Well, that's
separate
why they're trying
vote,
to
so we'll
expand,
open the
Mark.
roll,
You know?
close the roll.
That's the fight here.
Tabulate the vote.
And they're mad at two things. One, because you're
All
not
ayes,
freeing
one
the
no.
elephants and
All right,
animals. And
what's
two,
next?
because you're tearing trees out to make the expansion happen.
Mr. President, the
So
council
they're
has
double
motions for
mad.
posting and referral.
They're extra
They are
mad.
posted and referred.
The desk is clear, sir.
All right, any announcements, Mr. McCosker?
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I want to just let everyone know and invite everyone watching and listening out there that we have another job fair this Friday, August 4th, from 10 a.m.
Get the little
to
wax
4 p.m. at the Wax
animal in the
Empowerment
wax
Center.
machine. I used
And
to love
is,
that, man.
Within the
It's all about just
Imperial
going to the
Courts
zoo.
development.
Because kind of like what
It's
she
the second
said.
job fair that we've had.
You know, when you grow up in a concrete jungle, you know, it's one thing when you're on like a farm or whatever and you got all kinds of cattle and stuff like that. Just animals all about, you know, around the neighborhood or whatever. Here, you don't have shit. There ain't nothing. You don't see none of that shit. So for you to go and see almost every animal and all in one place and it's not far, it's fun as a kid. But as an adult, you start to understand that, yes, these are trapped animals and it's not fair to them.
That was not an opportunity for them to come over. So we thought we'd bring the job fair to
Not to mention,
Imperial Courts.
they're
and
over
to the
here trying to
Empowerment
hold a
Center.
job fair. Do you
Really,
know how
really
many-
excited about it. We have 30.
Do you know how many jobs would be lost if the LA zoo were to just be closed down completely? Man.
Other partners include
I'd have to say
EWDD,
2,000 jobs
LADOT,
right there,
Grid,
just in the
of
zoo
course,
alone.
RAP,
Not to mention
and
the people that
Empowerment
like
Center
deliver
itself, run by
food
Red Eye.
and
So we're
all
really
that shit.
excited about this. We'll have
They
targeted
might
local hire
be
in
hired
attendance.
thanks
We
to
will
that
have
one
same
particular
day
job.
Opportunities for folks to
They
be
may
hired
go.
on site.
So it's a ripple
Resumes
effect.
are encouraged, but not required.
It's fucked up.
And if
but-
folks want to get assistance with
Man.
filling out applications, we will have folks on site. So we're really excited about the job fair, and we just invite everyone.
Is
to
there
come
a
on
way
out.
to compromise? I
Thank you
mean,
so
I
much,
don't
Mr.
know.
McCosker.
I don't know,
Any
that's- I'm
other
thinking in
announcements?
my mind, is there a way?
All right. Thank you for that, Mr. McCosker. Folks talk about the tightness of the labor market, and literally thousands of our
Well, I mean, there's a
residents
lot
show
of
up,
landscaping.
for
There's
these jobs
trainers.
fairs,
There's
so we
people that
thank,
feed
every
them. I
district,
mean, there's
including the 15
breeders.
that
There's
had
so
one.
much to it.
Anything else for the
There's
good
the
of the order?
custodians
Mr.
that
Clerk?
keep the park
Mr.
clean.
President,
and
if I may, there's a request to
there's a
send
lot
item
to
30
it.
forthwith
They probably have
as amended.
Excellent.
dude,
Without
gardeners and
objection, it's sent
electricians. I mean,
forthwith. I'll ask
plumbers
everybody
and
in the chambers to
electricians
rise for adjourning motions.
all day. 24 hours they're getting out of here.
Any adjourning motions to my right?
That's dude. It's
And
basically
to my
a small city that has to run. They need everything on site all the time in case
Colleagues,
something breaks, something
I have an
happens.
adjourning motion that I'm sure everyone will want to join in on. I want to adjourn today in honor of Arturo Ibarra.
I don't know.
Arturo founded the Watts
Rest in
Century
peace,
Latino
Arturo.
organization. Some folks know it as WCLO. But Watts Century was founded in 1990 by Arturo. He was the executive director for that entire time. Watts
Things always
Century
works hard,
is
doesn't it?
known and celebrated in South LA as the only, certainly the first, Latino multicultural nonprofit organization that specifically served Latinos and African Americans in our districts. Mr. Ibarra has been known as the pioneer of Mexican immigrant organizing in Watts. When he arrived in the late 1960s, he noted that it was so difficult then to...
What trips me out is like these people, and these groups are great. They're helping people of color, as they say, right? As they always love to do, right? They bait the color and the race and all that, right? But it's almost as they just as much as people have this misconception that every white person has some sort of privilege, is the same thing to it's funny for them to assume that every white person is just wealthy. Do they not understand that there's plenty of low income areas that are white, and plenty of white people that live in their districts amongst people of color, okay, that are white, which is a color, okay? And it's like they don't exist. It's weird.
On housing, as you know,
It's weird
violence
to them.
prevention,
Like, I don't get it. I
educational
don't
reform,
understand.
And the local environmental issues, of which we have so
It's
many
this,
in Watts. He served as the vice president.
So
also
let me
of the
ask:
Watts
if I'm a
Economic
white
Development
person,
Advisory
I'm
Council.
living in their district and I'm struggling, and I came in for help, you just turn me
WCLO,
away because I'm white.
hosts, every year, the
that
Watts
right?
Latino African American Cinco de Mayo celebration.
I mean, shouldn't you just
went
help
on
people,
hiatus during COVID,
regardless
came
of
back
their
this year,
skin color or their
I was
age
able
or
to
their
attend. It was
weight
really a lovely event.
or their religious
I had the honor of
background?
working with
Shouldn't it
both
just be a
Arturo
human
and his daughter
being
Autumn
thing? Because we're all
on the
human
latest Cinco de
beings.
Mayo event. It was a
Well,
beautiful.
I don't know. Some of you
beautiful day.
motherfuckers are
It
aliens.
really
I don't think. I
featured,
think.
again this connection, building
Some of
this
you-
bridge.
some of you
between
motherfuckers are-
Latinos
they
and
live
African
and shit.
Americans and sort of the common struggles that each community has.
Oh man, we got one that can
will
see.
be forever memorialized in a 200-foot mural entitled "Unity Under the Sun," which was just unveiled recently at the Watts Historic Train Station.
of you are
He was able
lizard
to attend.
folks.
It was lovely. The mural conveys
God,
a
where they
message
can see.
similar to his message of diversity, love, honoring the cultural history of Watts.
No white guilt
the
here
community that
either.
He shared with so many and loved so well with so many. He will forever be remembered in our community for his remarkable accomplishments and his love of Watts. His mark will not be forgotten. May he rest in peace.
Thank you so much, Mr. McCosker.
Thank you,
That's
Sam,
well
for the
said. I'd
booth.
like, with your permission, to be added to
Thanks,
that
Sam, please.
adjourning motion, having sat across the table from him when events,
All the biddies. Thank you,
poverty,
Sam.
racism, and a range of events what pull
You have
people
gray
apart.
and orange aliens?
He'd
I've never
always
seen an
stand in the
orange one.
gap and
Not
insist
that I've
on
seen a
unity
gray
and
one,
bringing
but
people together. And
I've
so
heard
this is a
about
great
the
loss
grays.
for our
I've never
city
even
and-
heard about
and
an
our
orange
community.
one.
So may he
Was
rest
that the
in
one
power.
that
Others?
landed in Vegas in the
All right,
backyard?
with that, we are adjourned. Thanks so much.
That was 10 feet tall. Guess that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, they done for the day. There he goes. He's awesome, dude. That dude. Andrew the Amazing, by the way. That is his name. Andrew
the amazing. And he is quite amazing. If anybody is amazing, it's Andrew. You want to go see the Elbow Room Bar? We can go take a look and see what they're up to. Let's see. I mean, last I checked, it was pretty unpacked, let's say. Let's say it was pretty unpacked. Where are you? Elbow Room Bar and Grill. Where are you? Let's see. We'll go to this side just because it's something, I guess, a little different. And make myself smaller and bring Stinks in here. Where's Stinks? Yep, there he is. There we go. Yeah, shout out to her. You need to get rid of me for a second. Hold on a second. You guys can see. That's what I'm talking about.
I got a booter.
I met Damon. That's a dude. That's a guy, Damon. It's a guy. Oh, everybody's a guy there. Everything's a guy. Apparently, there's no women anywhere. See that? I want to go to bars where just women roll up like that. I like you don't even have to you ain't even bother just dressing. You cross the street from the beach, then you go and have some fun, have a drink. I'm down with it. Sheesh. There you go. I had to get myself out of the way. There you go. You can see there's a few other people at the bar, but the normal, side that we watch from this side isn't obviously a really good angle right now. It's a little tough. So, yeah. Yeah. Automatic Truth, thank you so much for the subscription to Tier 1. 18 months. I appreciate you.
Impressive.
Thank you. And, of course, back for more time. Nothing left to the imagination, though. That is true. That is true. But you also know what you're working with. There ain't no, no surprises when you get up in the bedroom. Like, wait, what happened right there? Where did all that come from? Wait, where did that go? Wait. Well, it didn't look like that.
Harbor units, ambulance 211 just occurred.
Robbery.
Phone store, both victims down from the shooting. It's code 3 incident 2085 and 3557. Harbor units hand identified.
Little robbery.
We fuck you up, man. We takes the money.
Used a gun, too. Oh, she jumping back there, grabbing that booty. See, she works there. That's probably why. Proly, she just gonna go make herself a drink. Don't worry about it, hon. I'll get it. Damon, that's a dude. This dude's rolling around with the sweaty ass stanky cask. You know it stanks in there. It's hot, sweaty. It's Fort Lauderdale. He's got to be hot and sweaty. He's at the beach. I mean, come on, man, moving around. That shit smells ripe in that joint right there. I just remember, after having cast after cast on my leg, so I finally stopped having to have casts. How the different my legs were. It was wild. Like, no joke, one of my legs looked like my arm. It was weird. It was bad. CJ, thank you so much for the bit. She wants it? Oh boy. I enjoy the bathing suit. I think it's nice.
Affirmative demand 374 Norfolk Avenue, the 76 gas station. Suspect returned to the location in the black no shirt, blue shorts with a white stripe. Code 2 incident 2093 ERD 212.
She vaping. She drinking. What'd she drink? What'd you make there? She got, I got an IPA, huh? Funny, someone putting up videos here of a few different bars where they're changing the taps.
Domestic violence, 1614 East 99, code 3, incident 2092, RD 1826. Stand by for further.
A little domestic there. And changing the taps and shit. Nobody's ordering Bud Light anymore, so they're getting rid of the tap and making it into Miller Lite. Miller Lite coming up. Dude, that was the same guy from yesterday that was sitting there with the chick with the, you know, the big tits, the brunette. Remember that you guys were saying that was a dude, along with the other one that was a dude, which neither were dudes. But he was there last night. So he's definitely the regs. He's one of them regulars. It's Miller time. Yeah, I think Coors and Miller have definitely reaped the benefits. Not to mention, you know, others too. You know, Yingling and a few others.
West 48th Street. So the number one, the mother, female Hispanic purchased all wearing a black shirt, blue and black pants, has PR and stated she has called her brother the PR.
Yeah, David, she works here.
With a gun. Suspect uncle is a male Hispanic, 47 years old, known to carry a handgun. Not the location at the time, unknown at per route. Code 2, incident 2095, North 1208.
I'm guessing she works there. She went and made her own shit.
Location is additional on the battery domestic violence suspect and PR have a child in common. See the PR will direct the suspect. Additional is at 2092.
Yeah, so it is what it is. She's pulling it up too, pulling it even tighter. Get it up, girl. Yeah, it's Florida. It's Fort Lauderdale. Tim. I mean, we watched that other bar, Sloppy Joe's, and that, but that one's in Key West, Florida. They're fake or tits? Yeah, they look fake. They're not moving much. They ain't moving much. Can bounce quarters off them joints. Yeah, I'd much rather have a natural titty. Even if they're smaller, I'd rather have them natural. I'm good. You know, I think a lot of ladies, they like to do it for themselves. They, you know, some with the smaller ones, you know, but you know, if that's what makes them happy, that's what makes them happy. It's just, it's really crazy though that all my friends that I know that that have gotten, you know, like
traffic unit, hit or miss mirror 3987 the South Avenue, occurred at Denver and Martin Luther King. She was kind of great 2018 Nissan Rogue.
She smashed it before all of them. She's a drinker.
For Mary Palm Boy 050. Incident 2105-9376.
She just finished that before all of those dudes. Fuck, what was I saying? Goddamn call held me up. Shit. Forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, she's an alcoholic. She'd be smashed. Anybody who's smashing shit like that for sure. Absolutely. Natural is natural. That's true. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So my friends that I know that have had, you know, wives or girlfriends that ended up getting breast implants, you know, they never had, obviously, implants. And then ended up getting implants.
West 6th Street. Suspect is a male black, wearing a black hoodie. 57 to 55 and 5758. Suspect vehicle is a blue Honda, last seen headed northbound Pacific. Information on incident 2065.
So all I know is every single one of them that had girlfriends or wives that ended up getting breast implants, not one of them ended up staying with the ladies. They always ended up breaking up. It's almost as though the tits changed the situation for whatever reasons. It's weird.
White writing in the center of the chest. Additional on incident 2065.
So I'm guessing you have to be the one that's after the job. You can't be before the job. And if you are getting the job with your girlfriend, yeah, you better be careful. That's it. It's the Elbow Room Bar.
Battery suspects are now 5648 San Vicente. The apartment upstairs to the rear. Suspect is a
Gets
mother,
more
female,
attention.
black, 70 years, blue dress. Monitor comments code 2. Incident
Titties change
2115
everything.
755.
Changes confidence, I would assume, but it's funny because a lot of them are already beautiful and they should have that confidence. But it's funny how getting the tits changed it even more. I don't know. So, yeah, is what it was. Capitol Police live shooter. They want your guns. It's gonna be like what happened over there in the first of the year, almost that first week, where you only saw some of the footage. I'm not worried about it. I ain't worried about it, man.
Demonstrator unit, animal cruelty, Lassen and Zelza. Suspects walking northbound on Zelza. Suspect
Yeah.
not Hispanic, wearing a gray tank top, blue jeans.
Oh.
Dragging the German Shepherd. It's code 2, incident 2118 RD 1755.
Have I been here? No, I've never been to Fort Lauderdale even. Been to Florida. I've been to Miami. I've been to Jacksonville. I've been to Tampa. Tampa Bay. But never been anywhere else. Like stayed anywhere else. Stayed in those cities. Never been to Key West. Look. Oh, bro. Nah, she's definitely a drinker, dude. Florida, they likes to party. Tampon Bay. It's crazy over there. It's hot. I've never seen a day change so rapidly ever in my life. Like we were out skateboarding.
Unit battery suspect 6099 Laurel Canyon Boulevard at Alexander Tiny Homes, code 2, incident 2126 301524.
We were skateboarding. I can't even fucking say nothing.
The common room lobby area. See the victim. Female, 50 years. Monitor comments code 2, incident.
See, she works there. Who's going back and grabbing a bottle like that? But yeah, that's crazy, dude. I can't even fucking say nothing and then everything I do. But anyways, look. So we were out skateboarding. It was hot as fuck. We were in just a mall, like a mall parking lot. And it was hot and sunny. And all of a sudden, we get back to the bus and we're sitting there, and then I don't know what happened, man. It just started pouring. Like it was the weirdest shit. Hot as shit, and it was pouring. Thunder, lightning. It was wild as fuck. Again, Tampa Bay lightning, I get it. Now I understood it after that. And it was crazy because, like I said, my buddy had two people coming to see him. And we were in the bus. They had to come to the bus. And they were across the venue parking lot, which is, again, how big is a concert parking lot? A block, maybe block. A block long for the, you know what I mean? You're on one side, you have to walk a block to get to where we're at. And I want to tell you, it looked like these poor dudes literally both fell into a pool. Like, when they got onto the bus, their shoes were bubbling. It was that much water. And it was just a downpour. They were trying to make it across, and there was nowhere to hide. It just started pouring. And then I'm looking at the stage, like the back of the stage, like all this water's flooding, and it's wild. And then all of a sudden, 20 minutes after that, sun comes out. So Tampa Bay is really weird like that, dude. And it was hot and muggy. It's like, that's the only thing I can't do about Florida. I hate being in hot, muggy kind of weather, I'm not much for that at all. Did she just started to smell his finger? Stop it. Did you see it? Did you see it? Smell my finger. Bro, she's a toucher, but did you see it? If you didn't rewind it, she straight said, oh boy. She is one you want to take home to mom. Oh boy, that was an awesome one. Then people ask me, why do you watch this? That's why. Watching cocks getting grabbed, titties getting massaged, skirts getting pulled up, fingers getting smelt, the occasional person falling over. You know, it's all good, man. Thank you so much, Birdwatcher. Appreciate you. It's good to see you. Yeah, man. It is what it is, man. Come on. Be nice. You know, just I like it in a sense because it's just like, you know, they roll up in here and they can smoke in a sense, and they can be in a bikini, or dudes can be with no shirts on in a fucking tank top. I mean, I'm sorry, flip flops in a you know, board shorts. And they're not like throwing you out like, yeah, man, you know, your shirt's got to be collared, and it's got to be long sleeve for you to get in here. And there's no smoking, and you know, it's just kind of like it in a sense. It's a little laid back, and you know, I'm sure it's got the Cheers vibe. These people all kind of know each other, except for the occasional you know, tourist that just happens to roll in. Because again, it's right on the beach. I showed you guys that. So, I mean, she could run literally 100. She could walk 100 steps and be on the sand, or less. Less than 100 steps and be in the sand, in the water even. Yeah. Yeah. No tramp stamp? Oh, I didn't notice. Does she have one or no? Well, she's got tats. I can't see. Homeboy's fucking Gronk Jr.'s in the way. Fuck out of here, Gronk. Go put a shirt on, bro. Fucking A, bro.
No shirt, no shoes, no tie.
Yeah, she's definitely a toucher, but a lot of them are touchy-feely. We've learned that. You know, you guys told me, well, they're both dudes, and they're both working, you know, working ladies. She ain't no working lady. She works there. I assure you she does. She made her own drink. She's back in there going behind the bar like nothing. Like, come on. That, or she's banging out every bartender and they all just don't even care. I don't know. Is that driftwood, by the way? That's pretty cool. Look at the bar. Like the edge of the bar that she was like tapping on right there. I think it's all driftwood. It's all notched up. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, man. It's hump day too, right? Isn't it? Yeah, boy, she gonna came out. Hump day, yeah. Let's get it.
I got a boner.
All right, let's smoke this bowl, man.
Smoke.
Looks cool, right, Hoosier? I think it's a nice little add to it. It's kind of cool. Got the beach vibe going. Hopefully it's popping for Friday. I'm sure it will be. Hopefully they got porn chops in that joint. They always bring the crowd. The vodka just kicked in. Dude, she did that shot and slammed out everybody, all the dudes. And then she was going to take on the other guy. She was already down it, and homie he didn't want none. He backed off. He didn't want that smoke. So yeah, I'm guaranteeing you she's a drinker. But I'll be honest, I know a lot of ladies that like the alcohol. They don't really want to smoke weed, and I mean some do. You know, they don't want to smoke weed. They don't really want to do a whole lot else. They enjoy the alcohol. They really do. You know, the problem is you enjoy it. You're young, you can take it, and then after a while it just builds up on you, and the next thing you know, your tolerance is through the roof, and then you have to kind of have it, and then you're starting to get shakes because you ain't had it, and before you know it, you're like too deep in it, you know. That's the sad part, you know. Weed, you could just always stop. People that are microdosing, you could just always stop. It's really, there's no, you know, you might be irritable for a week, then you're done.
1614 East 99th Street on a 415 man.
So yeah, I just say it's a sad deal with the alcohol sometimes, you know. But to each their own. You know, I'm not telling anybody how to live their life, you know. Life's short, you know. You don't want to see them live it too fast, right?
Transfer unit baggers to career 1701 James M. Wood Boulevard to business incident. Correction. Suspects have female, black 30s. Visitors hold the PR with their hands. It's code 210-2155-9266.
That's it, Swain. And then you're battling it for, you know, that's a battle, you know, for your rest of your life. That ain't something where you're just, you know, you're in rehab, you're clean, and then, you know, trust me, you talk to the people that are 30 years sober. It's still a battle. The urge is there. You know, it's a strong urge, apparently. And I thank God that I, you know, well, not God. I'm thankful that I don't like alcohol like that. I can't stand it.
Southern Sheriff Unit ambulance traffic, Roscoe Coldwater, code 3 incident 2156, RD 1989.
You know, so, and, you know, same with cigarettes, too. I told you the story about everybody laughed at me and I hit it like a joint. I told you that a long time ago. And that embarrassment of everybody laughing at me, coupled with the fact that it tasted like shit, steered me away from cigarettes. So, never was a real cigarette smoker. Yeah, Monia. Yeah, so we've been in a real drought, so to speak. And you'd figure, you know, everybody heated up, summertime, heat wave here, you know.
Additional shooting that occurred 4154 West 6th Street. The suspect vehicle is a black
The smell triggers me.
Ultima no front plate, newer model.
Of alcohol or cigs? Which one, Jay? I agree, Katie. Good to see you. Congratulations, Steve. Stay strong. You know, my father was tough for him. My father enjoyed alcohol. You know, and that might be another reason too why I kind of steered away from it. You know, to see his battle with alcohol and constantly wanting it. You know, but yeah, I commend the people that are really strong, and it's always best. And deep down inside, they know it is. And I know that all of them that have steered themselves away, like Steve, they feel better. Mentally, physically, they feel better. Because they truly understand when they pull themselves away that it truly is poison. It's just liquid poison going in you. It is. So please, moderation. Not saying don't enjoy your martini whenever, just not every day.
Hispanic, black over brown, 5'7", 150. Thin built, light complexion, last seen wearing black shirt, black underwear, mental condition is poor. See notified.
Congratulations, bye.
Incident 2014.
Stay strong. You know, my father, he liked to drink a lot of stuff. You know, he was an alcoholic in a sense. You know, he would. He liked beer.
454 West 6th Street. Court 4 suspects in custody.
You know, there's plenty of times where I'd come home as a kid and, you know, he'd be there drinking Mickey Big Mouth grenades. Those grenade bottles, I'll never forget them. The wide mouth bottles that are green that look like grenades. Yeah. And you know that's malt liquor. You know what I mean? And not to say that was the only thing. I mean, he liked Coors. He was a Coors drinker. That Banquet, I think, the Banquet beer, whatever, Coors Banquet, something like that. But, you know, and then there was occasional times where he would drink, you know, liquor. you know. But you know, because that's really kind of how it is, you know. Yeah, I'm not worried about it, Jerry. That's like me telling me to go and watch the 19th indictment. Yeah. They want your guns, Jerry. They want your guns. How's the saying go? Out of my cold, dead hands. So, yeah. Coors Original, yeah. We are watching the Elbow Room Bar and Grill. Or bar. There's no grill. I don't know. They probably do make food maybe up top.
Backup area supervisor following code 37 westbound 8th and
Oh.
Western, currently at a red light.
There you go. Following a stolen car. There's a potential. There's some potential for a chase. We'll give it a sec here. Maybe we'll get a person that'll run because they don't want to stop because they stole the vehicle, the vehicular. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And let's go take a look at the beach cam for a moment. You guys want to see what the rooftop of this bar is? This is the shot of the rooftop right there. Okay, they're inside this bar right here. Look at that. That's outside. That's nice. And this is what I mean by be 100 feet and you're in the water. And that's why I say it's always popping on a Friday, because look, they're on the strip. They're on the strip or the strand, you know what I mean?
Continuing westbound 8th, passing Western. Vehicles a silver Honda CRV. License plate for Paul David King 498. For the Paul David King 498.
Good to hear, General. Yeah, it's beautiful, right? I mean, that's why they're always so popping on a Friday, man. You just have random tourists walking by, the band's popping, they see a bunch of people. They gotta go. You have the rooftop, you have the outside bar, we have the inside bar that we watch. So that's where I'd be, up here on the rooftop. This is where I would be. Shit, yeah, looking at that. That's a nice view. That water is just fucking insanely pretty, man. Our water just isn't like our water is like a kind of a duty brown.
Suspect smells 535 to 40 years, 5'6", 260 with an orange baseball cap, white shirt, blue jeans, walking on our road towards MacArthur Park.
Doo-doo brown.
There's the vehicle windows, the
Doo-doo
baseball
brown.
bat. Information sent at 217-632.
Doo-doo brown.
He has a vehicle eastbound San Marino from Gramercy.
Up. Paying for the shot or whatever.
He has a vehicle still eastbound San Marino, now turning towards Olympic.
I just wanted to see what it looked like on the beach. It looks nice, man. Yeah, our water is pretty gross, Aqua. Sad. You never.
Battery suspect 430 North Wilmington Boulevard, apartment of Peters and Boy 202. 2180 9525.
I'll tell you what, it's pretty like that somewhat when you go to like Catalina. When you're headed into Catalina, it's pretty clear off of Catalina, you know, Channel Islands too. You go fishing, you know, you can see that fish 30, 40 feet down with ease. You can already tell what it is. It's that clear. Buy more Coke. Well, no, she set up all those, remember the drinks, and she gave him one, so he was paying for the drink. I guess he didn't want to.
Hermitage Avenue occurred at Chandler and Lower Canyon at the 7-Eleven. Suspects are the employees, 3 male Indian, 40 years. Chase PR with a baseball bat. Monitor comments was 2 incident 218 1543.
So 3 male Indians at 7-Eleven fucking chase somebody out with a baseball bat.
Mobile home address is subject to automatically 4 years ago at your blue jeans. Coverage from schizophrenia. Verbally threatened to harm PR with a baseball bat.
What? What's going on? I mean, I know it's baseball season.
Hello again, everybody.
But come on.
Wearing green pants, covering around Hispanic, now northbound, south of San Marino, east side on the west side.
Baseball bats galore. But I forgot, it's a full moon. The full moon was last night, so we're still coming off the full moon. Yeah, 7-Eleven, 3 male Indians that worked at 7-Eleven. The workers chasing somebody out with a baseball bat.
This look like a fucking 7-Eleven, you Holmes? Do you see that red dot on my forehead, my friend? Do you see an ATM in the corner that doesn't work? Do you? No, you don't, so fuck you, my friend.
Man, I want to get a Slurpee, Ryan. I want to tell you it's a perfect day. You know, it's probably in the 90s. I don't know.
Investment in Irwin. The victim is last seen jumping out of a bright blue Chevrolet Tahoe with LA Dodger seat covers. Female, Hispanic, slender, blonde hair in the alley, running in the alley towards Vesper. In the left, correction, it made a left on Irwin, being chased by a male Hispanic with an LA gray Dodger cap and a crying baby in the backseat. Code 3 incident 2186 nerdy 933.
All these Dodger fans.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Gene Rojas, thank you so much, Gene, for the kind dono.
My money don't jiggle, jiggle. It folds. I like to see you wiggle, wiggle. For sure.
Outstanding, female, Hispanic, black hair, white shirt.
Well, you know, Mary, I need to figure out his name because, you know, I was going to do it already for him, you know, because, you know, a few other people had asked me. But the problem is it doesn't say Lobster. I think it says his real name. And I don't know what his real name is. I need to figure that out. If anybody knows or what his account is under, that would make it easy for me. That's the problem. You know what I mean? So you got to go through this huge list, and of course it's not smart enough to be like, okay, well, Damon and Stinky were the last two you banned, so they should be at the bottom. Doesn't work like that.
Ambulance traffic,
It's not alphabetical.
Riverside Drive 13352 Riverside Drive, code 3 incident 21940 9686.
They just randomly put the names in this pile of names, and you have to search through all the goddamn names to fucking find out which name, you know. So I'll figure it out. Yeah, no, it's not urgent, Samantha. Trust me, it's not. In fact, I'd be willing to bet you it's not urgent.
120th Avenue, car 106. Meet the PR in front of the apartment. Code 2 incident 2196.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it, Brian. I don't cover active shooters because most of them are bullshit. Okay? A few are actually real. And then because there's a few real ones, they put on a few fake ones for you. And then they end up telling you, oh, the active shooter lockdown, this, all. Then it ends up being nothing. So, enough of that. Not to mention, I do remember being live for the Vegas shooting. I'm pretty sure you remember that one. It's pretty prominent. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, for the ones who weren't here, what we heard on those scanners was nothing that most of what you were told by the media after it all happened. Black Tesla getting broken into?
Located where? On Figueroa.
So, yeah. It was, Terry. A lot of people died that day. And I'm not saying that didn't happen, because it absolutely did. It just didn't happen the way the story they fed you wasn't how it all happened.
There's battery 1118.
No way.
Place code 2200 or D663.
Yeah, no, we did it live because I was live, and then someone said, hey, there's something happening in Vegas, blah, blah, blah. So I switched over there, and I got a live feed on the radio so we could listen to the police scanners there, because then it was unencrypted. And then let me tell you, 7 months after all that happened, they went full encryption, so you can't listen to Metro anymore. Why? Because then you can hear everything of what's really going on. Encryption is not the way. Transparency is the way. And if you have nothing to hide, there's no reason to encrypt.
We don't need you right now, but it's going to be the area of Woodman and Victory. We're still trying to locate
Misty, I'd have to look. The last time I put it up, I got a lot of shit. Everybody got angry with me when I put it up on my Twitter account.
For a carjacking, and he's also believed to be related to a 187.
Ooh, he's related carjacking and murder?
Sir, what frequency you guys working off of? What monitor?
Hey, roger that. There's going to be channel 49. 49.
All right, sounds good. We'll remain up the east of the valley, and let me know when you guys want us to come in.
Roger, thank you.
Oh, interesting. So they're following a guy who's wanted for possible murder suspect, and wanted for a definite carjacking. They're following him, and they're talking to the air unit because they want to track the guy when he starts to move. So they're keeping the air unit in the area. So anyways, I put it up, and I got in trouble. You know, just with a whole bunch of people you're so insensitive, you're inciting all this violence, and oh my God, I can't believe it. You put it up, and I thought another one was happening. And, you know, I put it up with a title, you know, saying obviously that this was a, you know, not a rerun, but, a footage of the shooting with the date. And obviously, you know, some people, they just click on it and they don't read. Most people don't read any titles that I put up. Most do not. They just click. And, so a lot of people shat on me, and this, you know, I just didn't want to hear it, you know, so I just took it down, and, so I got to find it. That was back in the Periscope days. I was on Periscope. And, man, we were live for, 3 hours that night on the whole thing, at least.
Units 14, the man tossing in central in the middle of the street, Sistick Hispanic. Approximately 40 to 50 years, wearing a camel brown fisherman hat in the middle of the street. Code 3 incident 22140 1370.
Yeah, it's true, Mark. You know, and it's the problem is you're never going to, make everybody happy. But, it's one thing to offend somebody like what I say or something. It's a whole nother of me inciting violence and trying to telling me that I'm clickbaiting it off of people, trying to get, views and clicks and likes off of people's deaths. And, they just go really deep with it. That's the side of streaming that people don't see. People, why don't you answer my question? Man, because I get 72 questions a day. And if I don't answer literally that one day, now I got 120 to 140 to answer. And then you're answering questions, shit like that, and it's, and then you're just like, I'm done. And then you get a phone call, and you can't even catch up. Now I really understand why people that have channels and businesses and stuff, they have assistants and stuff, or people that just do online shit for them, because it really is a full-time job. And then you have 6 different, Rumble, you have Kick, you have fucking YouTube, you have Twitch. Come on. Just so much shit. Yeah. So it is what it is, So again, I also say, with the whole shooting things, I don't prop up that bullshit. All of them are just copycats at this point. So I don't prop it up. And like I told you, most of them are fake. Most of them are not real. They are telling you this is happening. They go there, and then nothing of what was said happened. And that's real. Then there's the ones that really did happen and people died. And that's the problem. So if I give you 3 real ones and then do 7 fake ones, and then 1 real one happens, and then I give you 5 more fake ones, we're already 15 deep. And in your mind, you've been inundated with all these shootings. So all you're thinking is, man, there's tons of mass shootings. And in reality, there was only just a real, small handful that happened. Okay. In fact, my, somebody called me, hey, my friends, my kids there at this school, can you turn on the scanner? They're on lockdown. There's a shooting going on at the school. I turn it on. There's nothing. Ends up being a whole hoax. That there was never a shooting, that someone just called it in. And then of course everybody evacuated the school. And that was just this year. Okay. And that happens, man, once a month, easy here at the LAUSD school district. Within all the schools, I'm telling you, It's an epidemic in the sense more is not more of a fakeness than it is of the real shit. I'm telling you, it's how they prop it up. It's really how they prop it up. I'm truly in belief of that, and I've learned in the last 4 years that I'm not here to listen to anything that any media station has to say to me. Nothing. Okay. Not about health and well-being, not about anything political. They're not to, how could I trust anything when they suppress everything? And then you want me to believe anything they say to me? Are you crazy? Are you fucking crazy? It's wild. So again, if you don't get on your knees and suck their cock and be a good little cocksucker, then you ain't shit. And then you still ain't shit because you're their puppet. Well, I ain't going to be their cocksucker and I ain't going to be their puppet. So call me the conspiracy theorist. Call me what you want. You doing good, Waz? English music is what? What are you talking about?
Suspect vehicle 2016 blue Honda, unknown license, with TC damage to the front left side. Incident 2065. Southeast is violent, male with mental illness, 8933 Orchard. Standby for further. Incident 1801.
You're crazy, Tim. That's for the foolish. The foolish took that stuff. And here we are 4 years later when everybody was telling me on this show, Darwin, you're going to die, bro. You're going to die. I told you to take it. No. It's for the foolish. For the ones who straight were scared into taking it. I truly believe that by watching too much media. Okay, where's Dr. Fauci now? Where's that fucking piece of shit now? Counting your cash that he made.
Information of BFV suspect just left Whitworth and Fairfax.
And if you can't say that it did absolutely nothing for you or did adverse to you, you're crazy. Did nothing for you. And the sad fact is you got this far into life and totally forgot that you had an immune system. Okay? It's sad. That's how sad it is that you totally forgot you had an immune system and let it do its job. The fact that you wear a fucking bandana or a $2 mask that some dude's selling on the street corner and think you're being safe. When the makers of 3M manufacturer, tell you that the N95 mask is only blocking 95% of the particulate, still letting 5% particulate through that mask. But yet you have a bandana. You got the fucking Minnie Mouse fucking mask you got on the corner. Like a fucking moron sitting in your car all by yourself, saving yourself from yourself. Breathing in everything you've exhaled. Because you do realize your lungs are a filter. But I guess you didn't realize that either. And here we both are. One took a bunch of garbage and prayed and hoped. And one didn't take shit. Just took shit from people. You're stupid. You did. Yeah, you're dumb. He's going to die. Here we are. Well, all you did is make big pharma more wealthy. That's all you did. You did nothing for your health. All you did is make big pharma wealthy. That's it, or more wealthy, we should say, because they were already wealthy. So, there you go. The fact that people would not even be smart enough to think they are offering joints for you to go down and do that. A free joint if you just go down and do that. They literally did that. They weren't smart enough to see through that. They weren't smart enough to see through a video of doctors and nurses, so-called doctors and nurses, standing in a room dancing like fucking morons, 30 deep, while people were dying by the millions. Yet they did a dance video for you. Couldn't see through that. That's how stupid some people are, and I can't mince words. I can't coddle you. It's how fucking stupid you are. I can't mince the words up. I can't. You need to realize someone told you you're special and they gave you enough trophies because you just participated. No, you're fucking stupid. You need to wake up. Wake up.
Supervisor Van Nuys north of Satakoy for Metro Unit code 6 on a GTA suspect.
Wake up. Wake up Little Susie, wake up. Yeah, you just became their lab rat. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Hi, code 4 Van Nuys, Northwest Adequate.
She's 47, dog. They live. Yeah, one. Oh, we got one we can see. We got one that can see. You don't even have to have the goddamn Ray-Bans. I have a mixed opinion, but I will say injured workers are milking the COVID long haul of pre-existing conditions. They continue to win their cases. I think you're saying win the cases against insurance companies, Terry? What are you saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Baldo. I mean, come on.
1525
Ridiculous.
Sherman Way at the Chevron gas station. Suspect female Hispanic tattoo on face and stomach.
The fact
Pink
that
crop
you
top, black leggings, pink sandals. Good shoes at
the fact that you'd line up at your local church to allow somebody to jab any substance into you, even if it was an empty needle, a stranger in a parking lot at Dodger Stadium. Are you that fucking stupid? Yes, we are. We're that fucking stupid. Because here we are 4 years later and it's done nothing. And yes, it's totally normal for us to see little kids, 18-year-olds that are in prime shape, fall over from heart attack, cardiac arrest. That's totally normal. That happened all the time before that happened too. Notice they're ostrich with their head in the sand when that happens, because you know why? They're just hoping they're not next. And I'm hoping you're not next. Go ahead, take that next booster.
Union William 926.
Straight sheeple. I'm telling you. If they told you during that time all you had to do is lick your asshole and you'd live, you'd be walking around everybody with brown tongues. Everybody would have been licking asshole till every asshole was clean. How sad that is. It's that sad. That puppetish.
One occupant to window.
Everyone became a virologist. You had Twitter virologists everywhere. You had RNs and doctors who just became virologists. I hate to break it to you, but doctors aren't virologists. Virologists are virologists. In fact, do you go to the proctologist when your head hurts? Right? Well, my asshole hurts. Do I go to a podiatrist? No, I go with my feet. If I'm having problems with my nose or my throat, do I go to a podiatrist? Where do I go? No, I go to the ENT. Why? Because nobody can know it all. That's why you have a field of study. The field of study then would be virology. So if you're an RN or a candy wrapping nurse or whatever you want to say, your little LVN, whatever the fuck they call themselves, all right, or even your doctor starts pushing that shit on you, tell him, let me see your virology degree. Then he's going to say, well, I don't have one of those because that wasn't my specialty. I'm a dentist. Yeah, I know. But now all of a sudden you're a virologist. So sad that you can't see through it. I mean, you're that moronic. That kind of low IQ, room temperature IQ. I don't give a fuck where you went to school. I don't care if you went to an Ivy League school. You have a room temperature IQ. I don't give a shit how good you did on your SATs. And I don't give a fuck if you're a part of Mensa. You're that moronic. And that's it. Welcome to the real world. I banned you for saying it? No, I didn't ban you.
The brother male Hispanic, 28 years.
I never banned anyone for just saying the word. Stop it.
Gray Levi shirt, black pants. It's code 2 instead of 2270 RD 1242.
I've never changed my fucking view on this shit once. Don't even start that bullshit. I'm coming here and start even that trolling. Because let's go right now to the chat room, and I want everybody in the goddamn chat room to yes or no, Y or N. Have I been saying this since fucking day one since we've been talking about it? Or has my mood changed?
The backup Corbin and Ledwell subject is a male Hispanic wearing a baseball hat, brown shirt, black pants.
And I want you to look in the chat room, yeah, arse. Eh? There you go. Well, there's Dutch. I don't know where Dutch is coming from. There's the rest of them. The bartender's hot. Yeah, so I'm telling you, she was working there. People were telling me, no, she doesn't. Look, she over there fucking serving. She's making her own drink, I think, to be honest. See, there you go. There you go. I'm consistently stupid, yeah. I'm still here, ain't I? And I guarantee you took that shit like a fucking moron. Like a fucking moron. Give me another, man. Come on, Doc. I need another. Come on, Doc. I'm so tough because I took a fucking little prick like that. 1 second. That's the best part. Oh, man, is he scared of needles? That was the best part. They don't even know what needles are. Okay? When you're having blood transfusions and iron infusions, those take 2 hours, whole block, with a bigger needle. You're sitting there for 2 hours with that shit, not a little done. The fuck out of here. It's the best. People actually thought they were tough. Like, they thought they were tough by doing it. They would tell people, you're spreading shit. You're a super spreader. That's how moronic they were. Dumb fucks. Dumb fucks. Fucking dummies. You notice how they're all quiet about it now? All those stupid fucks that told you were spreaders because you didn't do it. You notice how they're all quiet. You know why? Because the media didn't tell them to say anything anymore. As soon as the media tells them what to say again, they'll be in your face. Because they're puppets. They have no mind. Soulless. Full screen and I'll wink at you. I'm your puppet. Soulless. Soulless. Gutless. Spineless. Best is a homeboy working at Big Five selling basketballs and BB guns. I told my buddy to take it. I'm sure you did, moron. Now get me. Let me see those Oakleys. All right, one last one and we're done, son. Till Friday, anyways. Friday morning. And fuck, I want to see Mr. Sachs. I fucking miss him. I need him right now. I need him. Where's Mr. Sachs? I fucking need him.
Code 4, Victory and Woodman.
Where's Mr.
Yes, good morning. Arnold Sachs. I'm only going to speak on public comment. And item number 26. That's pretty stupid.
Okay, so you're requesting units to block northbound traffic, Sherman Way and Corbin.
What the hell's going on? Who changed everything?
Yeah, little vax cards like Nazis. Let me see your papers. Fuck. That's why I'm not so apt to go into Dodger Stadium or going to watch the Kings. You know? Fuck them. Telling me I had to have a little paper to come into the fucking place. Go fuck yourself. And now you want my money. Yeah. No. Yeah, no.
It's code 4, Ledwell and Corbin.
Oh, those times. Sachs is king.
What the hell's going on? Who changed everything?
It was good to hear Mr. Harlan. I was just really sad. Do you guys think his phone just died, or I bet you he just hit mute. Like he had the phone next. He just fucking hit mute, and he just didn't realize it, and he's just talking away till they hung up on him. It's gotta be that way, man. But it was weird. Like none of them showed up. You know. At least we got Mr. Herman yesterday. But yeah, I haven't seen Mr. Sachs, dude. 2 days in a row we haven't seen him.
Anywhere per unit missing a
Nah, Tara.
2111 West
Missed
6
him.
from the Grandview Retirement Center.
Sucks.
Subject was last seen at 12:30 hours on 7/27. Subject is a male Hispanic, 61 years, light brown hair, brown eyes, 5'8", 120, diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Last seen wearing an orange sleeveless shirt, black pants. Monitor comments code 2. Incident 2297 RD 245.
COVID will be back for the elections. I'm sure it will, Jeffy. You notice how every day lately, when you find out while one guy's in trouble, like when he's doing bad, they pull out trouble from the other guy. tell you how bad that guy is.
I'll make unit
Literally the very next day.
3170 Budell Avenue, near Sierra Park Elementary School.
You want me to believe the media?
Open doors to residents.
Boy.
2 incident 2298 or 430.
Just pull that rug up and sweep it all under there and slap it back down. Is it a naked bar? It'd be better if it would be, Ricardo. She's half naked, though. I could grab that cheek. Bite it.
Such units live at night silent. Living in Figueroa, bus number 8577, line 28. Next time point is Hill and 7th at 1252 on Cedar Travis Venus at 1304. It's code 3 is 2301 at 171.
Can't be comfortable? I don't know, Stephanie.
Full water bottles at oncoming vehicles. Cracked PR's windshield. Code 3 is 2287 RD 1567.
I think that
643.
I think what it is it's one of those things that it's probably uncomfortable, but then you get at first, but then you get used to it. It's like a jock for a guy. It's uncomfortable to wear a cup in baseball, but I mean it's more uncomfortable when you get hit in the balls with a ball. That hurts even more. So it's uncomfortable, but after a while you just get used to playing with the cup. You know what I mean? And you know why it's there. You know you need it. And sure, you're constantly adjusting the cup. So but I would think that it's probably something along that lines, where you wear it enough and it just, becomes one with you in a sense, Not to mention she's down in drinks like a sailor over there. So if it's painful, she is feeling no pain. She's out here drinking the dudes like no. I'm telling you, slammed it on the dudes. They were not even close to catching her. She's that kind of drinker. She's a power drinker. This chick, guarantee you. Well, Carrie, what it is I believe she works here, and I think it's her day off. So they allow her to obviously go back there and make her shit so they don't have to waste their time making her drink for her. And she probably gets free drinks, so she's going to make a drink. And then that's why I told you, if you were here earlier, they made about 5 drinks for all the guys and her, and they all drank at the same time she slammed hers. I'm telling you, none of them were even close to catching her.
77th unit with Smart, male mental illness, 7604 South Figueroa. Says like a male, black, tall, with a white hat, black shirt, dark green sweats, assaulted the PR. He's mentally unwell. Motor comments go to USA 2310 RD 1257.
Assault?
Located where? On Figueroa.
That's it. Fig had to get up in here. Yeah, she smokes too. She's hitting that vapes. She got the vapes. And them fake titties. The titties haven't moved since she's got there. All right, guys. And I can attest to that.
Century
Let's go.
11851, 11851, 459 silent on a bus, Olympic Boulevard at Figueroa, Olympic and Figueroa. Code 3 incident 2301 or D171.
Back to back.
Located where?
Call.
Figueroa.
That's it. Back to back calls on Fig. Figueroa's heating up. Problems on the bus. Problems everywhere.
Hollywood units additional on your ambulance batteries on Central and Brea. Subject vehicle is a silver Nissan.
All right, Dead Fish. Have a good day.
5 Nora Mary 056. 5 Nora Mary 056. Last unknown direction on the
Smoke it, Matt.
Subject male Hispanic, 30 years, heavy set,
up
light
there?
color shirt. Additional incident 2302.
Yeah, working there builds up the tolerance for sure. Probably really dangerous to work at a bar like that and be a drinker. Just all the temptation, you're around it so much. Not to mention people wanting to buy you drinks, especially when you're a pretty girl or whatever, Definitely dudes trying to buy you drinks left and right. So, take a shot with me. Next thing you know, you're fucking all flailed out while you're working. Oh, they're going to the beach. Bye. Let's go.
Ambulance overdose Avenue 63 in York. Across from the Jacono box, subject male, white, approximately 45 years, blue jersey. FDS had seen with him. It's code 2 incident 2311 or the 1128.
Think she's doing the coke, Kevin. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the folks do it here. Who knows? There she goes.
16X 8, unknown travel, 10312, Scoville, 10312, Scoville, code 316, RD 1656.
If you're a big fan of the flailing. There they go. Look, 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 look. Across the street they go. There they are. Look at them. Straight to the beach. You seen her? There she goes. That's how quick it is on to the beach. She got twisted real quick. Now she's up onto the beach. They're going to go in the water. Well, I don't know about him. He's going to put a plastic bag on his fucking shit. Well, I don't know. You don't got to do that. I guess just hold his hand up like that and not get the cast wet. Otherwise, you got to go get you another cast, man. That ain't fun. I am on it. It's a beautiful day out there, man. That fucking, just look, parasailing. Look at that. Parasailer up there. It's pretty cool, man. Beautiful fucking day in Fort Lauderdale. Beautiful summer day. 3:52 in the afternoon. On this shiny Wednesday. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Remember, guys, we're going to be live on Friday at 10, about 15 a.m. for the city council meeting. And, of course, at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our normal, Friday night fun. So, hopefully you can join us for one or both. So, yeah. Good luck, Dutch.
4581567.
You're welcome, Katie. That bar rail looks icky. Which one? You talking about over there? You mean the white one, you mean? Yeah, no, I've never been there, like I said. All right, Dutch, have a good one. See you on Friday. On Friday. Friday. On Friday. I really do like the little driftwood bar and all that stuff that they have. The vibe's pretty cool at this place. And I'm telling you, there's a guy that was walking up and down this street right here just randomly. I was watching his walking live stream. Next thing you know, he's turning he's turning the music. He's turning it down because the music's blaring. And you look over and I'm like, oh shit, there's the Elbow Room Bar. And that's how I noticed, they had that prime spot.
This is just left 103rd Avalon. Suspects smell black interiors of A10 built tall. Vehicles a gray BMW, license plate 6 Tomboy Edward 892, 6 Tomboy Edward 892. Additional male black 40 to 55 years of age in a red Chevrolet Tahoe.
Hi, Terry.
William 10740, William 10740, 32 and 10318 1823.
See you later, Mary Terry.
Pacific Units 211 Silent.
Robbery.
10419 Venice Boulevard, 10419 Venice Boulevard, Suite 101. A is in Adam, at every table. Code 3 incident 2323, RD 1406. Pacific Unit, channel identified.
Got a little robbery action there. Look at the stretch limo. Good old limos. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I was in a limo. Pretty dangerous, A lot of people get fucked up in limos. They don't really let you know about it, but, because nobody has seatbelts and you just go flying. I mean, fuck, killed a whole bunch of folks in New Jersey. Not to mention, it paralyzed Vladimir Konstantinov after winning the Stanley Cup. Red Wings got fucked up. A couple of them were in that. It was him and I think Igor Larionov maybe that were both in the limo. Oh, the cat cam came off. I don't know. There he is. There he is. It's weird. Sometimes when I flip the cameras around, it takes off his little camera.
Any Southwest Unit, Welfare Check 3946 Olmsted Avenue, Code 2 Incident 2331 RD 373.
Maybe that's what it was. Silence of the one on Long Island. I said New Jersey. Maybe it's the one I'm thinking of. Long Island. Brakes were shoddy and all that shit. Unmaintained limo. And that's the problem is they're renting them out constantly. They almost never stop moving those things, these town cars and limos. But their fleet service is terrible. They're not, because they're cheap, they're not like FedEx or UPS or something where they're constantly, like every night or every other 2 days, every week, the cars are maintained or trucks are maintained. You know what I mean? It's not like that. They don't have a fleet mechanic like that. They just bring in a mechanic when something's broken versus having someone constantly rotating tires, fixing shit before the shit happens. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we've been in a real drought for chases, and even the ones we have had, I don't think they've been longer than 10 or 12 minutes. Really bad. So, nothing interesting. 2023, I gotta say, has been a pretty bland year for chases. Not to say we haven't had any good ones. The nitrous oxide one was pretty funny, and there's been a few others that have been alright, but nothing really substantial. That's it, Johnny. So it's right on his resume, and he's doing it to his full capabilities. I talked to his agent, talked to him, got him off the picket lines out there, and gave him a little more cash, and now they're both a little more happy, and now you're starting to see him on the show again. It looks like he's been out all night. Oh, man. Yeah, no, he is. You know what's funny, though, is like I go to sleep and he's not there sometimes, like last night, and then I wake up and I have two pillows, and I look over. I'm on one pillow, and I look over, and he's on the other pillow, just like me, is curled up next to the pillow with his head on the pillow. Just sleeping right next to me. It's too funny, and I know he wasn't there when I went to bed. So at some point in time, his ass jumped in the bed and said, "Oh, look at him. He's all fucking knocked out. Let's get up in here." You know what I mean? He's funny like that, man. I love him, man. He's a good boy. Good cat. He's a good boy. Kush Mints, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Live Love. I appreciate you, Kush Mints. Father like son, that's it. He's got a belly just like me. He's handsome just like me. So there is that. The cats like the pillows too. Yeah, he's a funny cat like that. He was getting all fat-tailed today, like this morning when I woke up. His tail was all fat, running around,
12,
zooming around. Good old fat tail. I like when he gets the fat tail. It just looks funny. He's all spooked for whatever reason. Ah, too funny. I mean, I figure with zoomies is what? Like them just getting energy out? And that's all I could think of, you know? Like them exuding energy, trying to get it all out. That's really it. I mean, it's only for a few moments. You know, they're running around the house. He's running on the windows and jumping on the walls, literally. And then he goes hides behind the couch for a couple minutes, comes back out, and everything's fine. A weirdo. Have a good one as well, wise guy. Thank you, Shelf. Yeah, you know, he's a good boy. He is cute, Stephanie. He is that. Oh, come on, Mark. Why you gotta tell me that? You like when they hit.
Critical missing broadcast.
He does
Subject
that,
is
Johnny.
Nathan Gonzalez, male Spanish, black brown, 5'4", 160. Field BF 1029,
Trying
2001,
to take a
wearing a
bath.
black baseball hat, brown shirt, black pants. Last name Wyandotte, Bothwell, jumping over a fence westbound into apartment complex. Incident 2122.
All right, guys. Well, I'm out of here. It's 1 o'clock straight up. Plenty of time for hump day to go, and I got cards to pack up and cards to put up and all that good jazz. So I appreciate everything. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out and having a good time with me. And sorry the meeting was pretty bland, but hopefully Friday. You know, you got to remember they came off a 1 month recess. You know, you figure that everybody's kind of slowly getting the the rust out, so to speak. So I feel like maybe Friday, hopefully we'll get Mr. Sachs and Mr. Harlan and everybody else in there and have a good Friday show, But it's all we can hope for. So I really do appreciate you. Thank you for the likes, the love. The thumbs ups are huge, guys. Thank you for the donations. Those are even huger. Which we know is not even a word, but whatever. Yeah, I'll see you exactly at 10 a.m. on 10:15 a.m., right, BJ, on Friday, and unless there's a chase. So please have a fantastic rest of your week and a good day, and don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I guess that's it. So on behalf of Stink Bomb over there and myself, we're out of here, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Bye, y'all.
Central 415 woman 434 South San Pedro. Call the PR upon arrival. Will direct to the suspect, female, black, in the front 10. Code 2, incident 2355, ready 148.